Welcome, YouTube, to Scandal Cards and Comics with a special fun night planned with Marvel Guy 239. Kent, thanks for coming.
I've got a golden ticket.
Yeah, tonight we're going to be watching Goldin Auctions. As it winds down here, we have a lot of Marvel card excitement. A lot of Marvel cards on Goldin ending tonight and tomorrow. And we're going to be kind of showing, I'm going to share screen here in a second. We're going to be kind of talking about the cards, talking about what prices we think they should go for, what prices they do go for, and what's, I'm sure there's going to be some surprises, both high and low. And
Agreed.
This is a great way to spend a Saturday night, right? So
It is.
I think we're going to get a lot of visitors. We're going to get some other
Keep
people.
Keep an eye on your comments. Keep an eye on your comments. Viking liked the Willy Wonka graphic there, so it's which is why if everybody saw the thumbnails, the reason I was singing about the golden ticket.
Yeah. I quickly threw that together in the last 30 minutes. So, yeah, man, Goldin Auctions. Yeah, and let's get. I think we're gonna have Marvel Madness joining us. Who else is joining us tonight, Kent?
I invited Flippin' Steve. We'll see. I know he's been running around like a madman, but
we can get Neo. We can invite Neo as well, maybe. Just the normal.
He's in that. I put it in. I've got a group chat with those guys. I put it in with them, so we'll see who pops in.
Right on. Well, let's get going here. Let's share screen. And I'm actually the highest bidder on one right now. No joke. I think I have these sorted by ending soonest. So the first ones that end are in 11 minutes. Of course, we all know extended bidding. Do you want to explain extended bidding, Kent?
Yeah, so what's going on here? We've got about 4 pages of auctions that are going to end in 11. So that's going to immediately go to extended bidding on all of them. So once we get started, and this is the difference between an auction house and an eBay situation. You're not going to get a snipe that somebody's going to hit you at the end and go bam and just hit the bid button real hard and win the auction. So we'll go into which I forget what the time frame is. It might be 3 minutes on the first one, and then it shortens as it goes. But if it gets a bid in extended bidding, then it will continue to go until there's no other bids that hit in the extended bidding period. So let's say that just for instance, if a card is extended, it's an extended bidding for 15 minutes and there's no bids that come in at 15 minutes, it will end. And it will end at the price that's up there. So there are 4 pages that Steven's going through right now of auctions that are ending tonight. And then there's another page of some auctions that are ending tomorrow. So there's the majority of them are tonight. There's the sitting toilet. That was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
The apocalyptic. There's the gold 1 of 1 Doc Ock.
No, it's a Red Skull.
Green Doctor Strange. Or no, there was a Doc Ock. There's a gold. There's a 1 of 1 Doc Ock, I believe.
Look at that.
Gold 1 of 1 Doc. Yeah, there's a gold 1 of 1.
Man, that color is bad. This Miles looks like a gold, and this one looks like a pattern.
Miles is no. But it's really cool cards. There's a green Spider-Man, green 2017 Spider-Man, which that's PSA was that 8. They're really big card. 2017.
I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me, Kent, but your mic's breaking out. But I want maybe others to tell me if it's true. It might be my internet. Is anybody else? Is Kent breaking up for everybody?
It's possibly my terrible computer. But there's a 2017 Jambalaya set, full set rate. It's going to go. What I'm most interested in is there is a PSA 8 Royal Foil Miles Ultimate Spider-Man Miles PSA 8 number to 99 that ends tonight, and then there's an SGC 10 of the same exact card that's ending tomorrow.
Flippin' Steve is in the house.
Watching Flip. There he is.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm bent a little bit. That's my microphone. Flippin' Steve, what's up?
Just watching these Goldin auctions. I just had to get a Goldin account.
Let me ask your opinion on this, because this is kind of the one that I'm really watching for. There's a PSA 8 numbered to 99 Royal Foil miles.
Yes.
And there's an SGC 10 Royal Foil numbered to 99 miles. It's ending tomorrow. What do you think those are? They close, one higher, one lower? What do you kind of think on that?
I think they'll be closer than you think.
Period.
Oh, the miles. The other one's a miles, right?
They're both the same exact card.
Here's one. Here's the SGC ends tomorrow, and then there's one that ends tonight as well. Yep. So let's try to keep it to what ends tonight.
Yeah, there's a PSA 8 that ends tonight and an SGC 10 that ends tomorrow. I'm very interested to see how that works out. And then that
how far apart are they
jambalaya set, Steve? What? I'm sorry.
How far apart are they right now on bids or on?
The PSA 8's at $5,000. The SGC 10 is at $1,600. But I think those are also starting bid prices. So that doesn't really tell you the story.
Also, let's kind of get into it. This is the most condensed amount of wide splattering. This is like the biggest buffet of Marvel cards that's ever gone to auction all at once. Don't you guys think?
So far, I think that's true. Yeah.
What do you think about the green Doctor Strange that's right there on the screen? I'm thinking about bidding on that myself.
I love it. That's a beautiful card, man. Jeez. That one's a beautiful one to get. Green, blue, and red. That'd be a great.
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying the green. I have the blue.
So tomorrow, but yeah.
You know, you have to put in a bid before extended bidding starts.
Yeah, I know. I'm too late.
You're not too late.
Well, no, you get sick of throwing $100,000 bid. Quick, Steve, go.
Yeah, I would like to bid on it. I just don't know. Because if I bid on it, then that means I have to keep it. You know what I mean? Like I have my blue, which my blue I would sell. But if I buy the green, now I have 2 cards that I have to keep. You know what I mean?
I like how you say it. Like you say it kind of like you're subject to the other half of yourself, like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It's like
it's like easier to sell if you have just one of them.
If I let that crazy guy buy the card, I'm going to be stuck with it for a while.
It's like if you put the rainbow together, then it's like the only way you would sell it is if you sold the entire rainbow. You wouldn't want to split it up.
Now, Flippin' Steve, can you answer me this question? There's a lot of 5s and 6s on here. Is that typical for Goldin to post a lot of 5s and 6s and kind of lower grade stuff, or no?
Not really. And the seller is going to cost themselves money on these lower end items. Lower grades and lower tier characters are going to sell better on 100%. eBay. The people that are buying these Goldin auctions are looking for the high grade, super rare, and the high end, high tier characters.
Right. Barry, what's up, man? Yeah, there's a bunch of comments, Steven. I don't know if you can check those out, but
yeah. I'm trying to. Let's go.
If you have a PSA 6, why in the world are you putting a PSA 6 on Goldin auctions? Somebody answer me that.
Yeah, they must have just sent them, because I think a lot of this is the same seller, right? So a lot of it, they probably just sent it all to Goldin and that was it. I'm going to guess.
If I get a PSA 6 or a PSA 5, like you're going to send it to an auction house, or you're going to sell. I don't get it.
Yeah, right.
Something weird is going on there to me. I don't know.
I'm interested in what this blue PSA 7 Strange from 13 does also.
Yeah, and it's weird that those Probstein ones that went yesterday or the day before, they were Beckett ones.
They went low. They went really low.
That again,
I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
They went really low the other night. Oh, they
matters when you get to like a BGS, like a Beckett 8. People have a PSA 8. I think a PSA 8 equals.
I couldn't catch that, Kent.
Would you? I said I think a PSA 8 equals like a Beckett 9.
Okay.
as far as resale.
Yeah, I think I honestly, I was talking with Kenny last night. This Strange is a Beckett 8.5. I'm actually considering snapping it.
Yeah.
And sending it to PSA.
I would.
And
100%
if I get an
would.
8, I get an 8. You know, maybe they kick it up to a 9 and I'm lucky, but if
Yep.
I get an 8, then I'll take the 8.
I mean, I had all those PMGs come back.
A PSA 8 is going to sell more than a Beckett 8.5, I think.
It won't sell for any less. That's the way I look at it.
This is the one you're talking about, Viking Sword. He says, I see a PSA 5 2013 Deadpool that looks near perfect. I mean, it definitely has some condition issues here in the corner, but
it looks like it has surface scratches. I can see.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
that's right. It's got, if it gets that low, it's surface. I mean, if it's not obvious creases, it's
look above the Marvel. Look above the Marvel emblem at the bottom, like between his foot and the Marvel. It looks scratchy in there.
I think that's the design.
The other thing
that's
too,
rubble. That's rubble from the holographic.
The other thing too, I'm gonna point something out. Zoom out a little bit, Steven. That card is off-centered from top to bottom. Look at the space between the name Deadpool at the bottom and the name Precious Metal Gems at the top. It's way off-center top to bottom. And people don't catch that. People don't catch it.
I don't know about that because Precious Metal Gems, like on this, look at this. It doesn't even say it in the top left corner all the time.
But we're talking about 2013.
This is 2013.
Okay, so then look at the name at the bottom and the Precious Metal Gems at the top.
I'm just saying, I don't think that is. I don't think that's the telltale way to tell this because look at this. Like my Scarlet Witch here, like she's clipping off the top. And the Precious Metal Gems.
I can't see it.
I'll try my best, but my point is, it doesn't always say Precious Metal Gems at the top. I don't necessarily think that's true.
No, right. It doesn't always say that.
But okay, so what I'm saying is that I'm looking at the font Scarlet Witch right here, and it's almost the exact same spot. I don't think there's a centering top to bottom issue. I'm just going to disagree.
That card you were just showing, I sold that exact card you were just showing for $3,000 cash a couple weeks ago, and then the same card 2 nights ago on Probstein went in a blue and a BGS 8, and it went under $3,000. It went for
that was
and that was in a blue.
There was a lot of deals on eBay that slipped through the cracks a few weeks ago. That's for sure. All right, we got 5 seconds left. 40 seconds left on these.
I've got you're ahead of me. I've got 35 seconds.
I've got 30.
30 seconds.
You're closer to California than actually. Where's Goldin? Goldin's in New York, aren't they? New Jersey.
I don't know. Time to put a bid in on some stuff.
Well, they're all going to go to extended bidding, so it isn't really.
Well, if you want to buy something, you have to get a bid in first.
That's correct.
I'm very curious on the PSA 7 2013 blue. Strange.
Yeah, that one is. I love that card too. That one's so cool. I love
there's
the
PSA. There's a PSA 8 on eBay right now, so I'm really curious about this 7. And then when it ends tomorrow.
So here we go. Current at 12, 14. The July set is at 18.5. So, and it's how long does it extend to wait? It didn't say.
I'm gonna reload.
The same thing here, Steve.
What's that?
30 minutes. So see, they give you 30 minutes in the first round.
So how long does it go? Do they have multiple rounds of extended bidding?
Just depends on who. If people put in bids.
So if there's a bid on the item, it will extend again, but the extended bidding period gets shorter each time.
Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of an auction?
Otherwise,
you just have an auctioneer that never runs out of breath.
This is a good thing, in my opinion, if you're a seller, for sure. Number one, you know that there's not going to be somebody that's going to get sniped, and then somebody would have come over the top of the snipe. So that's good.
I don't know. I think it takes.
You know you're going to get. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say I think it takes away impulse. I think sometimes impulse is your best friend at the end of an auction.
Well, it can be, but you're still going to have that same impulse. You're going to, if you want that card, Now
As a
somebody else
seller,
is battling.
it can.
Yeah, but
somebody is
impulse.
battling.
Yeah, but impulse is impulse, and you get that adrenaline rushing, and you don't think straight, and you hit bid. And now, when you get into extended bidding, you got a chance to think about it, and then you hope that someone outbids you, and you're like, I hope I get outbidded now. I'm coming back out.
Right. Victor, what's up, man? Bryce, what's going on? Bay Area, my dude, what's going on, man?
What's up, fellas? Yeah. The question is how is that blue Wolvie only at 7K? Well, it's only at 7K right now. It might go longer.
That's it. So think of it this way. So right now, the auction just now started, really. So the auction, they put it up, and people that wanted to be in the extended biddings had to put a bid in. So now the auction actually starts. So now you got 30 minutes. If you don't make a bid, you're out.
Yes.
So now is when the auction actually starts.
That's true. And
so it's going to be interesting to see what gets. You know, the thing that's sneaky too. You guys watching this 2015 Fleer Retro case?
Yeah, we were just looking at that here.
It's at 43,000 right now, and that's before extended bidding starts. Let's go.
How many are in there? How many? There's 6 boxes, 12 boxes.
Six, only 6. Yeah, 6 boxes.
Yeah, this. I mean, I think a lot of these are great cards. Geez, but even this Miles at 9. That's.
Hey, Steven? Can you show it doesn't close till tomorrow, but it's the last page. The Green Galactus. This is to me the best card in this entire auction.
Oh, I don't know about that, man. Gem Mint 10.
That's nice. Well, I'm not saying that's not good.
This is the last page. Let me see. Where am I missing it? I'm missing it somehow.
Bronson, what's up? Yeah, it's a Green Galactus that ends tomorrow, so it'll be near the back.
The Green Doctor Strange is the best card in the.
There we are.
There it is, right there. Yeah, look at this thing. BGS 9, Green Galactus number 10, Surfer chilling in the background. That is a ridiculous card. What are the subs on that? What are the subs?
Corners are going to get
998595. Yeah, that's a sweet.
Every corner has a little bit of a white tick on it.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I mean, it's a BGS 9. That's a great freaking card, man. That's whew. If I was to pick one card out of all the cards that are in this auction, that's the one I would pick.
I have the red, and I love that card. So I'm
just saying, if there was like no monetary, you can just pick who's your first pick, like a draft. That's the card I'm taking.
Another thing that's interesting
when you're over the blue Spidey, I would take that card.
Oh, the blue Spidey 2017.
Yep,
I hate that card.
No, it's a green. It's a green Spidey. Sorry, 2017. I still don't like it. My bad.
Yeah, I do. So I have been on the other side now, where I have actually won a Goldin auction before. And what was interesting to me as a buyer is that if you put in a bid, you don't have to worry for another hour. Not another 30 minutes, another hour. If you're winning, then you're fine for that 30-minute cycle. Let's listen up. Listen up. Ken.
Yeah, true.
And then you're winning for that 30-minute cycle. And then someone puts in a competing bid, then you got 30 minutes on top of that. So you got an hour from when you bid, possibly.
Correct.
So someone and a lot of people will try to snipe, even though they don't know the rules of how this works.
Okay.
Yeah, this one.
Let's be honest. If you're someone that's bidding $52,000 on a green Spider-Man, you probably have an assistant that's doing this for you.
Yeah, you can see here I am. I did bid on this one. I bid on this card, so I am in the running.
Woo, go Steven.
I'm curious on that card too. I sold that one.
You've got one of those, don't you, Steve?
Steve has two, where he had two.
No, I sold that and the Wanda, both PSA 8s to the same buyer a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I got $4,500 for the Strange and $3K for the Wanda.
Very good.
So I did.
Just wondering what Justin is like now. Justin is whacking you for your ePack trade. You gotta,
Oh my gosh, Spidey Jew! You brought it up. You brought it up. So if I talk about it now, so I just, I met Spidey Jew last year for the first time. And if you've never gotten an ePack trade offer from Spidey Jew, it's something to behold. He doesn't offer you doo-doo by any means. They're decent. But if you look, there's definitely if you look in the side of the trade that what he wants, it's pretty meaty stuff, pretty top sirloin stuff. And
it is.
And then he doesn't disguise the trade with any kind of like, well, that one down there could be a little bit top sirloin. Maybe he's offering a little top sirloin for me. He's like, oh, I want you to add that. I love you, Justin.
Bay Area, you'll get nothing from Holding Steve.
Holding, that's me. Yeah, he's flipping Steve and I'm holding Steve.
There's Holding Steve. I'm bookended by Holding Steve and Flipping Steve. That's great.
That's so true.
That's hilarious.
What are the subs? Yes, that's a question all grading companies should answer on the. Yeah, I do love the subs on those. I mean, I do love the subs. I think
ignorance is bliss, though, man. Let me tell you.
Well, you know it too. I mean, like honestly, like this cap. I think this cap actually is quite nice. This corner down here is nice. Me, and woof, that one. That's the one that gets
a little white. Yeah, a little fleck of white.
This card is so sick, though.
It is. You know what? Which I have that PSA. It's a 6. I think there's a PSA 6. Like, this is the thing that was bugging me. Like, why the Nova PSA 6? Yeah.
Oh, man, you're breaking up.
What are you doing?
Let me get rid of all these.
Flipping Steve, they've got your toilet apocalypse up.
Oh.
This is a toilet humor.
Wait. Justin says he sent me a T4 Wolverine in that trade. Am I crazy?
He did. I saw that. No, he did. I saw it.
Okay. So I might have to eat some crow here because I did not see a T4 Wolverine.
Yeah, it was the
oh, okay. He's changed it up. He changed it up. He sent me a different trade.
Yeah, I saw it.
Much better, Justin. Much better.
Who bought the old man Logan? Who bought the old man Logan achievement the other day? The raw auction copy. Anybody know who?
Really?
Which one?
Oh,
an old man Logan.
I thought you said he did. No, I don't know.
And then at auction,
that card.
I didn't see it.
There was a raw copy ended at auction.
He did cards.
I think it went for like 28.
Maybe I should open up this golden browser. I don't like to advertise when I'm bidding on.
Flipping Steve. Steve, are you going to be in Dallas?
I don't know yet.
Are you coming? All right. You got to come to Dallas. Huh?
Yeah, Dallas, I don't know yet. I'm not in on the Doctor Strange green. I didn't get in to extended bidding on time.
I got a slot for you at my table if you come to Dallas. I'll just tell you that.
What are you guys' thoughts on this blue Wolverine? I like it, but other people don't like that.
I like that card. Anytime they show his claws, I'm in. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that I don't like about the lumberjack is they don't really show his claws hardly.
Yeah, this card's sick. I love that card.
I like that card a lot.
$1,300. So this one's a steal if it goes away for that. But that's that ends tomorrow.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, right, correct. The big dog goes tonight. There's 19 minutes left in extended bidding. There's a Beckett 8.5 blue Wolvie. Put that one up. That thing is sick.
I don't know. I don't know what card you're
It's on
about.
page 1. There's a 2013 blue.
I can't find it.
Wolvie.
It's not here. It must not be tonight. It's probably tomorrow.
There it is.
Yeah.
Put that on. What are the subs on that thing? That thing's a monster. I mean, that's a $30,000 card all day, don't you think?
Yes, I have bid on this one too.
Let me see the subs.
Centering's a 10.
Oh,
corners are 8. Edges are 9. Surface is 9.5. So, and that
Oh,
corner
the
up there looks
surface.
pretty
Wow.
good. That
A
corner's
9.5
good.
surface, dude, on a PMG? Like, dude,
Yeah.
that's... So what's the centering?
Centering's 10.
And now, all right, so now that you said that, now let's look at the precious metal gems wording and the
Yeah.
Wolverine wording. So
Sure.
yeah, it's so according to what I was told before, that's off center top to bottom. And Beckett's saying no.
No.
Oh, so the blue hasn't hit, or the green hasn't hit
Your
extended.
best bet for that,
Yes.
debatably, I would say, is that maybe like from here to here, it should be the same as there to there, but I don't know if that's
But
even true.
the according to centering, the top of that P in precious should be the same as space between the bottom of the W in Wolverine. And it's not. Not even close.
I would also say that Charles, from what Charles told me on at Atlanta, he said the centering on these is based on the M and the metal on the edge here, that little distance there.
Right to left, yes.
And then,
yes,
but then this,
right
but
to
you look
left.
at that, then this is not centered by that criteria.
That's correct too. It's off a little bit, but not as bad as top to bottom. Yeah, and I got a 10 on centering. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, what do we got left? We got. Oh, see, some of these got extended. So it says 17 minutes. No, the green Spidey says 25 minutes. A bunch of the other ones say 16 minutes.
Wait. Green Spidey?
The green Spidey says 25 minutes extended, so it must have just gotten.
Yeah, someone just must have.
I'm saying they go on. It's weird how Goldin does this. They go on different time frames. So, like the Doctor Strange Red is at 18 minutes, where the rest of them, the ones that have not gotten a bid in extended bidding, are at 16 minutes.
I think it's about the fact that it got a bid, so then it resets the clock at 30.
You'll see it shows up in red. So the extended bidding thing shows up in red about a bid. So like Red Hulk 2013 got a bid. It's got 19 minutes left. What, Steve?
What was that? That's how red means got a bid in extended bidding. You know, it's red left on some of them and black on others.
I'm looking. Hang on.
So I'm curious too.
I don't know
what that means.
You see what I'm saying? Like, see how that one's red?
Yeah.
See how it's red?
Yeah, exactly.
Iron Man? Right. That means it got a bid, and that's why it's longer than the others, right?
Okay, it means that it got a bid. Well, the green Doctor Strange.
This is the auction that Steve Aoki, this is the Steve Aoki bought this whole set for over $200K.
Was it that? Yeah.
And I have to say, I didn't like his grades in there either. He didn't. In his set, there was some suspiciously low grades. This one too, a lot of 7s. You guys don't send your PMGs all of these have serial numbered, like these were all submitted at the same time. You got to break those up into smaller submissions. Some salty guy gave you all. We
have a conspiracy theory. Yeah, we have a conspiracy theory about that. Don't send them all at once, right?
Yeah.
That's
the wrong grader.
That's a private IG chat conspiracy theory we got going on.
There's a Thor 2015 blue BGS 9 that ends tomorrow. I know a PSA 6. I know a PSA 6 of that card just sold for 4,600.
Which one?
And I'm curious what that.
It's on page 5. I think it's page 4 or 5. It's for tomorrow.
But a PSA 6, I know somebody that just sold one less than 3 days ago, probably for 4,600.
I saw that,
and I know who the buyer was too. And I bet you that BGS 9 goes for about the same thing, same price.
I really do like that strange 8.5. I would totally crack that.
The blue one?
I would totally crack that green strange 8.5, 7 right now. But subs are 9.5 centering, 9 edges, 8.5 corners, 7.5 surface. So the issue with that card is surface. I would completely recrack that. I would crack that and send the PSA all day. The green strange.
The Green Strange hasn't gotten an extended bid yet.
100%.
If I make this smaller, can we see more of them? Yeah, there we go.
100%.
Oh, that thing goes for $7K.
Which one? Oh, the Strange.
Myself.
So the green Spidey's at 62,000 now. 21 minutes. It got extended again. So the green Spidey's getting bids. Yeah.
62 grand.
PSA 8. Yeah, it's at 62. That's gotta go.
I'm in the minority that card to me is just not.
Come on, you got the Marvel Metal Crotch Blast. It's the best.
As far as like Spider-Man's poses go and composition, that's about as rough as you can get. Not very good art.
A card.
I mean, I respect the card, but I wouldn't necessarily want that one.
That's a good way to put it. What annual base am I looking for? Dan Kadar, I need 4 Miles Morales, the Miles base, and I need a few some of the Venom base. Yeah. But I need 4 more of the Miles. 4 more Miles. Because I did.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Venom Jambalaya tomorrow? That's ending.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, the Venom 2013 Jambalaya.
It's the
9.5 gold BGS.
Yeah. It's a sick one.
That one's pretty gorgeous, right? This one.
There's a PM 9.5 Beckett PMG too, 2015 that's going.
No. Venom?
Battle Spectres are sick. That's a good card.
Yeah. That one's just gorgeous.
But that Venom, sheesh, that's... What do you got on that, Steve-O?
What do I think this one's... Oh, yeah. Steve, what do you think this one's going for?
Oh, man. I don't...
Back at 9.5.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked up any Venom type sales of anything lately.
You guys know I picked up this one recently. You guys saw this one?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Dude, when I had never seen it before. When I saw it, I was like, this card's sick.
Yeah. Right. That is nice. It's funny.
I've been buying
in my whole Marvel. Go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
I was going to say I've been buying the less popular stuff because I'm seeing slight pullback in interest and price on the super high end Marvel because people can't afford it and they want Marvel cards. And I'm seeing popularity growth in other sets, but I'm seeing pullback
like X-Men Metal.
Well, the funny thing is that you say that, Steve. So I forget when we were on PWCC, I mentioned this with Justin. That once you get past the PMGs and you get past the jambalayas, that's once you get past those and start really looking into artists and the different sets is when you really start learning about Marvel cards and what's really should be valuable, which eventually will be valuable. And that's what's kind of really, really cool. That's why Masterpieces is still so undervalued. I mean, those cards a lot of them are to 50, a lot of them are to 99, and they're still, nowhere near what a PMG would be. And the art is way better.
Well, see, What I've noticed is all PMGs really got expensive. So in order to if you wanted a PMG from 13, 15, or 17, you had to buy a character that was not popular.
Yep.
What I had a lot of people ask me, this is in the Chantilly show. People were asking me if I had 2020 PMGs.
Right.
I know, but would you rather have a green 2020 PMG or a red 2013 PMG?
2013 all day.
It's still also. I also think it's like character based though, because people
depends on character. But I mean, if you're
Yeah.
going character to character, apples to apples, then I would say the 13.
Yeah.
But I mean, the green is still the 10. It is what it is. There's only 10 of them. You know what I mean? So you can't really shake a stick at that.
What you mean a red of 13, or what color of 13?
He said red of 13 or green 2020.
I mean, some of the green 2020s from a value standpoint sell for a lot of money.
Oh no, they do.
Oh, they do. They've been going crazy.
We're seeing crazy we're seeing mediocre characters selling for $2,000, $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
In green.
Yeah. But I mean, to me, look, 2013 retro and 2017 Florial Spider-Man are my two Grail sets. So I'm biased as far as the 13 thing goes.
Yeah, I think new people coming into the space are like, they want a PMG, but they want a semi-popular character, and they want to stay within a certain price range. So they're starting to get like the X-Men set from last year. There's PMG, like the red ones and things like that. Because I had people, I have a Cyclops, and then all my other PMGs were like really high end, and people were like, "Do you have any more like this? Because this is like what I can afford, and it's a PMG and it's a good character. I don't just have to buy a character that
I'd like to get this. I'd like to get this Miles in a 9. That one's beautiful. Mine's an 8.
Those cards are sick.
Yeah, this I'd say this is a pretty hard to say it. It's weird that there's not a red Spider-Man jambalaya in this set, like a regular Spider-Man. There's only black suit.
You posted, or somebody posted recently, just a Spider-Man jambalaya at all is impossible to find.
Yeah.
I mean, sheesh. Talk about a sheesh.
All right, I'm gonna be tactical with some clicks here, so I'm gonna I have to ignore the chat, but there's a lot of people commenting. Can you read this one out, Kent?
Yeah, Steve, I've been trying to learn about sports PMGs, and I am not sure. And a lot of the lower tier characters are going to be selling these higher prices. Not all PMGs are stupid money. MJ/Kobe are, but yeah, I mean, lower tier characters. The reason they start popping up and going for crazy prices is because people are putting sets together, which is kind of what Steven was saying a minute ago.
Yeah.
So when you're putting a set together, let's say you've got the whole set except for iBoy, right? Who's the worst? I'm just using that as a silly reference. And iBoy is the one you need to finish your set. Are you going to pay through the nose for iBoy? Hell yeah, you are. Because you got to finish your set. Or they're just hard to find. There's only 10 of them. So you're going to pay when any one of them comes up, you're going to pay through the nose. And that's what you're seeing with the green PMGs right now for 2020.
Truth. Yeah, I only kept one PMG from 2020, and I had a lot of them over the time that I was kind of buying a lot of that product.
I still have quite a few, and I'm it's funny. As time has gone on, I'm more partial to the high series, even though the art isn't. I mean, but it's just classic. I mean,
I like that. I like the high series.
I've got a red. This is just not a crazy card, but just a red Storm PMG.
Let's see.
That's a classic card, dude. That's just schmutz on the thing, but that's a classic card.
Yep.
You know?
Not a single Rittenhouse Ruby in this auction. Now that is weird. I don't know if I'd say it's weird, but
I want to talk to that for a second. So Rittenhouse that's where I was talking about earlier. When you get past the PMGs of it all, and past the platinum portraits of it all, and past the, you get into the artists and the sets and the stuff that really matters, and what's rare and what's cool. You got to really dig deep, and then once you figure out, oh, Rittenhouse is amazing, and they're low numbered, and they're awesome, and they're not thick stock, and they look cool. People that if once you learn about Rittenhouse, then you're kind of, all right, you know what, you know your Marvel, your Marvel now. That's kind of where it gets to. I've got the Alpha Ruby Magneto numbered to 50 at PSA right now. So yeah, Viking, you're completely right. There is none, but it's because people don't get it yet. And that's why I was saying, in Atlanta and through a lot of these things, that we're still at the tip of the iceberg. Like, people really don't know. They're really not into Marvel yet, to where the real value and the real really cool stuff is coming. There's a lot more, man. It's not just PMGs. So yeah, you'll see that before long.
A lot of PMGs ending in the $1,000 range right now, but let's also remember that there's a buyer's premium on top of that. So even though it looks like it's $1,300, like this Mystique, it's actually $1,500 because of the buyer's premium, which I think is 10% or 20. I can't remember.
Something like that. Yeah.
So the buyer has to pay on top of the final bid. But still, this is kind of going as anticipated. I think a lot of us assume that there's a lot of inventories, a lot of mediocre grades on some of these, and they're definitely. I think these are tracking with what I would think. In fact, I think this one's tracking high, in my opinion. Like, I don't want to pick on this card if it's yours, but like,
all right, take me
Invisible Woman 6.
Take me off the big screen.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. Sorry. Invisible Woman 6 ending in a few minutes for $1,300. I think that's kind of that's a lot of money for an Invisible Woman 6.
Is this Doctor Strange green really going to go at $7K?
They can't.
Doctor Strange, is he really? Is it ending here? Doctor Strange?
Sheesh, 1 minute? Come on.
Less than 2 minutes. But yeah, back to the Rittenhouse. I have the 2014 Rainbow of Doctor Strange at PSA right now. The diamond, the ruby, and the emerald.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful, dude.
That diamond's an alpha.
Yeah, really, really nice. Is it really? So it's the one? Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That's sick. All right, we got where is the time in? All right, just over a minute left on a lot of these. Woo. All right,
it's gonna hurt my feelings of that.
There's no way that if that Strange goes for $7,000, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed I didn't bid on it.
Yes,
just about.
It can't. Can it?
There's no way.
Ranger's got reset. The blue, it's got a fresh 30 on it.
I'm not surprised by that.
The blue does. The blue has a 30 on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it got extended. All right.
Yeah. It's at 29 minutes, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
This. Oh my God. Somebody's about to get the steal of the night.
No. People aren't that dumb. They got a bid on it. If you get that for $7,000, you crack it and send it to PSA. Even if you get an 8, you triple your money. That's what's funny. It says bidding is closed, but I don't believe that.
We got an ending on a few auctions here now. Let's look. We got an ending on Agent Venom 2013 ended. Let's see here. Do I have to go to sold? How do I do this? No.
I'm just refreshing that. It says, wow, there's no way that went for $7,000.
So, and the did the box end? The case ended at $43,000.
Say it again. What?
The 2015 case of Marvel Retro ended at $43,000.
Well, keep refreshing because
I'm telling you.
Let's think about that. It might be.
It says bidding
totally off.
Bidding is closed, man.
Yeah, but I've seen it say that, and then you come back, and then it's extended.
Maybe.
Totally seen it say that, and then it's bidding.
So we got
Thor. It's bidding is closed on the one of one Doc Ock for $12,000, and the one of one Red Skull for $14,000. It's got the
Really?
red. It's got the red set for $50,000. And you're like, no. And it's got the bidding is closed for 18.5 on the jambalaya set. That's a steal of a century.
Yeah, I'm not. I think this could be true.
Wow, man. Sheesh. So then the number. So the one that I was asked about. Hang on. So the number to 25 miles. The number to 9 miles. Worthwhile. So they wanted to see the PSA 8 99. The blue Spidey. Where's the Royal Foil number to 99 Spidey? The mile. Not finding it.
Where is it? The Royal Foil? Oh, I don't know.
You don't. You see it? You see it. It was on page 1. The whales are full, no longer paints. Swami, you're funny.
Let's see. If you got it at 7K today, would you list it again around the movie release or hang on to it?
Sold items. So
the whales are full. No more hunger pains. That could be true. That could be true.
So just to remember real quick, 2010 Fleur Ultra Red set graded sold for $205,000 on February 23.
These are done. So that red set for $50,000. That's impressive. What was the Spider-Man in there? He's a Spider-Man 7. Premium PMGs are high-grade PMGs. That's
all right. So in the sold items, it is the Red Skull 1 of 1 went for $16,000. The 1 of 1 Gold Doc Ock went for $14,400. That's in the panel.
I'm trying to find it. If I have it on sold items, do I have to go to sold items or no?
The miles. The PSA 8 miles.
How do I see what you're seeing, my friend?
I'm looking in sold items. I'm in a different thing as you.
So I go to sold items. Oh yeah. No, that's
all right. There it is. 2000. Oh, that's the number to 25. Sold for $7,800. The number to 25 sold for $7,800.
When I go to sold items, it goes to highest price. I'm trying to figure out why. Recent bids. Here we go. Yeah, final price $1K. Box of $6,000. $6,000. The 2017 Fleur Ultra Spider-Man Royal Foil number to 99 Ultimate Spider-Man. So the miles PSA 8 sold for $6,000. All right, so that's the one I was looking for. So $6,000 it's sold. So how is E10 gonna sell for is the question. That's $6,000. Wow, for miles. Yeah,
PSA
Doctor Strange
8.
final price $84,000. Yep. Deadpool even in a 5.
Joshua Madness in the house.
What's going on, guys?
I don't know what.
I've been listening to you the whole time, so trying to get the kids to bed.
Yeah, you got 20 kids to bed.
Yeah, these ended, man. Blue Doctor Strange 3,900. That's not bad. The Rogue ended for 12. How did? Oh man, I thought that was on my list.
Oh,
what? How did I let that slip by?
Did the Radiance miles end? I can't see.
I'm sorry.
The Radiance miles, is it still going?
Radiance Miles.
No, I think that's sold. I think it's sold.
Still going.
I didn't see the price, but I think I saw it in the sold items. Is it
It's
still
sold?
No.
Dude, the 2017 Jambalaya set sold for 22,000. That's pretty good.
The blue wool V85 is still up. It's at 82.50. 22 minutes. The green Spidey is still up at 67,000. The green Loki, but it's a PSA stinking 5. Like you don't. What else? The green Spider.
Mysterio.
Green Mysterio's up still. He ends in 2
going.
minutes.
Okay.
He ends in 2 minutes for 2,100.
I wish I had bid on that. I would buy that and crack it all day. The blue
Vision
2013 Spidey is at
this is okay. In my opinion, this is probably one of the biggest steals of the night.
Really?
A Vision 2015 and an 8. All these other ones are like 5s and 6s and 7s. Josh, it's kind of crazy actually. This is one of the highest grades ones
that artwork is sold. So questionable though.
You don't like this?
This Steve, do you like that art?
It's unique, but yeah, it's different for Vision.
Flippin' Steve, what do you think about that art right there?
And the card looks good in the green, but I don't like it on the other backgrounds.
Yeah.
I don't like it, man.
I'm still telling you for that price for $1,800. What is that?
I hear you. Yeah.
So that green is.
The point that I'm making. Go ahead. Expressing the value is the art.
So that
the
green
art is depressing the card.
That green Mysterio, not that one, but a green Mysterio back in January sold for $4,500. Green Mysterio, and it was I believe a 10 of 10 that sold, and it was a PSA 7.
Yeah.
The Venom.
I have a PSA
3750.
Say that again.
Oh, I was just saying I have a PSA 8, but that one on there is an SGC 9, which I don't know what that would be PSA.
Nobody does. That's why it's a problem.
Yeah. It seems like it has the same.
This one looks like an 8 or 9 to me. This looks fantastic.
Issue. Yeah.
This looks fantastic, I think.
Yeah. No, it looks good. Has that corner issue that I had in the very bottom left corner.
Yeah, that's barely an issue. I mean,
is it? Because mine was that. Mine was like that.
That's an 8 or 9 for sure. Probably 8.
Retro, I don't think it's that there's too many listed. I think it's just that there's a lot listed, but there's a lot that aren't they're like PSA 6s and stuff. So I don't think it's the volume. I think it's the cards themselves. Like, right, Keith, he's saying, that 9 is a banger. Yeah, it is. So there's a lot of PSA 6s and 5s and junk.
Yeah, Mysterio ended.
Is going to look. They're going to look artificially low.
Mysterio ended. It said biddings ended, and it's
that's
21
a steal.
That's a
that
big
is a steal all day.
Did one
Steve? If I handed you a SGC 9 green Mysterio, what would you do with that immediately?
What's Spider Woman at? $4,000? Is that what it says?
Spider Woman's $4,000, and then with buyer's premium, she's at 5,500 right now.
What is she? PSA 7?
Wait,
7.
Wow.
Flippin' Steve. How long would it take to crack that SPC slab if I gave you that?
I'm not sure.
So do you think that do you think that Mysterio, if it was a PSA grade, it would have sold for more than SGC?
If it was in a PSA slab?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I'm just asking.
Like, what grade?
Like an 8. Let's say it's an 8.
Yeah, it would have sold for at least the same.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, Marvelous Packs. I never skip over comments. They'll skip over my comments, but yeah, keep cracking and damaging your cards, Kent.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
The problem is SGC doesn't.
Can't wait for that video to come out. My gosh.
If your whole main goal is to sell,
send it. Oh no!
Send it to PSA all day.
You got 5 minutes on these guys coming up now.
Yeah.
Marvelous Packs. That's Victor, right?
Yeah.
How you doing, Victor?
Yeah.
No, I hear you. It's scary cracking cards. Neo Cards and Comics. Yes, sir. So Neo says reality has set in on PMGs. Is it a reality that's set in? Is it just is it just,
I think in this instance
cards?
I think in this instance, keep sending cards to SGC and selling for less. Correct.
It is not a huge Marvel card market. We all know that. It's a pretty small Marvel card market still. And people are happy with their collections, I think.
And here's the deal: is right now it's like an investment market right now. Like it's like,
you're a okay, too, Rob.
Who's you gonna sell them or are you gonna keep them? And that's where
Rob is Neo. Rob is Neo.
Oh, Rob's Neo. Why are you so negative, Marvelous? He's not negative. He's just passionate.
Yeah, he's passionate about his views.
Passionate.
It's fine.
We'll call it passionate.
He's still a good content creator. He creates good content still.
No, still, yeah, always has. Yeah,
always has. Yeah, I still love him.
Just great low grade PMG. Yeah.
So wait, where do
again,
you
for those of you that are just joining us, a lot of low end PMGs in this lot. It's rather odd that Goldin has a lot of 5s and 6s in their midst in these auctions. These are not. I mean, I think it's safe to say probably about 15 or 20% of these cards are premium cards, and the majority of them are relatively mediocrely graded. That's my take on it, and that's not my take. That's just a fact. 5, 6, and 7s. No.
You think Brian's trying to get that Spider Woman? he wishes he wouldn't have got rid of one of his green Spider Womans.
Yeah, well, I think Brian did all right.
I think he did too, for sure.
Brian did. Brian did okay.
One thing you got to look at is the outside money that was coming in from other markets, especially sports, that was buying this stuff up last month when there was nothing going on in sports. And now you have NBA playoffs coming up. You have baseball opening.
Starting,
the National around the corner. Starting to buy football cards. You got the draft coming up. So a lot of that money that was, people looking for something exciting over the last couple months since January, actually.
Yep.
Kind of like putting their money into other assets right now.
Yeah. To the moon, Neo. Come on. What are you talking about? Nothing goes up forever.
Well, to that point, that's true. But even a graph that's considered aggressive and successful and to the moon still has peaks and valleys, and it's not unexpected to have pullbacks.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day.
Right. Of course.
Even in Off-White, Tim, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. You should join us on a live stream sometime.
I was thinking about this earlier. The ebbs and the flows that you were mentioning, it's completely true. So, for instance, 2015 PMGs are kind of depressed a little right now. But once people realize that, they're going to go, wait a minute, that's, those are the second ones that ever came out. There was 13, which is the very first set. 2015 was the second time the PMGs came out in Marvel. Those are really, really underrated cards, and they've been depressed because 2017 was such a great set, the Flirt Spider-Man, that 2015 kind of got pushed to the wayside a little bit. And those cards are depressed right now, whereas I think in the future, people are going to go, whoa, I can't afford a 2013. Oh, 2015, look at that. And that's these ebbs and flows happen 100%.
This is the biggest selling card of the night so far. 2017 Flare Ultra Spider-Man Green, limited to 10. This is 9 of 10. Has a really solid grade of an 8. And honestly, this looks like a really nice 8 to me.
What's it at? Is it 68?
Yeah.
It's at 80,000 with buyer's premium. I don't like to, once it gets to these.
Oh, don't. Yeah. See, I quote the regular. I mean, they're all going to have a buyer's premium.
So that's the rate, though.
price.
I mean,
Yeah,
67 is if you're bidding, that's what you want to
they
see.
got
But
paid. They got
80,
paid. It is what it is. All right.
and again, all these numbers that we've been saying are low. We haven't been adding buyer's premium on it, which does add quite a bit. So
was there a Deadpool?
67,000 is the pure bid. Sorry, Josh.
there was a blue Deadpool. Yes.
No,
5.
was there a Deadpool Royal Foil that was ending tonight, or was that
Good
ending
question.
tomorrow?
Did the Royal Foil already
It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. No, the Deadpool he's talking about is tomorrow.
Right.
Tomorrow.
I don't see it. I don't know about that. I type in Marvel Royal. I only get 2 cards coming up.
Just put Royal.
Since it's an extended bidding. I saw it a minute ago. I thought it was
Royal Foil. Yeah.
I hate that.
There you go.
Yeah. It's tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
My hot take: this Deadpool card sucks. What is this?
Well, that's of 99.
He looks like an insect. He looks like a grasshopper from Bug's Life. Why are we? Why is the card?
I couldn't get behind that card for some reason.
There is a full body art of that art. There is a full body of him. I forgot what card it was from, but there's another card that has a full body of that.
I think it's from a comic, to be fair.
It could be, yeah, but I saw a card that was like that.
I can't get behind it.
No, this is art.
Really?
This card is legit sick. That card's on fire. What am I missing? What comments am I missing?
Pretty sure that Spider-Man is up $4,000, 1,000% over the last 6 months. Still at the prices. Yeah, I agree.
We knew this was coming.
Right.
Yeah.
They pulled back.
What did we know was coming? A
$1
pullback?
million.
Sure, we knew a pullback was coming.
What's the Royal Foil one? What did someone say about that?
Oh, sorry.
Did
the Royal Foil sell? Miles 99 and Cap 25.
The Miles.
Yes, oh yeah, Captain was gonna sell. Where's the Captain at?
All right, let's look. It's sold. Royal Foil Cap sold
Miles,
for $3,000. Buyer's premium. That's total $3,000 with the buyer's premium.
And that's a PSA 7?
That's a PSA 7, and it's what I like to call Toy Story cap.
That's of 25.
This is Ken Barbie doll cap.
Hey, don't diss that. I have the cap too.
I can diss it all I want, and I will.
Gee, I was wondering why you were wanting us to look at that. And then what about the Miles? The PSA 8 Miles?
Yeah.
The number to 99. The number to 99.
If you look at a Venn diagram of cards that Josh wants to talk about and cards that he owns, these circles are right on top of each other.
It's okay. We're talking about everything, guys. Come on now.
But what's the Miles number to 99? I can't see it on your screen.
All right, sorry, I'm coming. I'm also bidding on cards, guys. So you have to realize I'm trying to
cut it out. Stop multitasking, Steve.
I'm in on some of these.
All right, and what's that at?
It is at.
What's the?
It's sold for $6,000.
$6,000. Okay.
6.
All right. Cool.
All right, that's a good thing.
Justin, you are correct, my friend.
Hey, did someone pay for your that auction that you had? Talking to you, Kent.
And let's see. I want to keep. There's a lot of comments coming in. Kent didn't hear you, I don't think. Pretty sure that Spider-Man is up 4,000 over the last 6 months. Still healthy prices. Exactly. A grasshopper from Bug's Life. Exactly. He's like, totally. It's true. We got the Royal Foils are like, it's a Pixar world. The Bug Eye Deadpool is rough, but Deadpool is Deadpool. Yeah. Is Deadpool? Nope. Assassin Deadpool. That's where it's at. Not jokester Deadpool. Not. Marvel cards were awesome before high PMG prices and will remain awesome if not high. These cards are awesome regardless of how much they're valued at. That's what he's saying.
Correct.
Well,
they're awesome whether they're valued at $1 million or $1,000 or
so.
Right.
So let's talk about this for a second on the whole. Why is Goldin wanting more Marvel cards submitted? Because right now they're asking people for them, like all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I was asked for them because they knew I had some. So are they trying to flood somewhat the market? Are they buying all these Goldin?
Well,
what do you guys think?
sorry, is the topic you want to bring up is Goldin Auctions bidding on their own items? Is that?
Well, that's part of it, but
No,
more so, what is Goldin trying to do?
I think what he's saying is, are they putting a bunch of stuff up there to flood the market to bring prices down, or what are they doing? Like, why?
Yeah,
that's the point that I was kind of wondering about, why there's all these PSA 6s and 5s up here. Like, what are you doing selling a bunch of PSA 6s and a bunch of PSA 5s in one big auction?
I don't understand that
You
either.
know they're not going to sell at high prices because the grades are awful. So are you just trying to freak people out, or is somebody trying to make money? I don't know. I don't get it, really. Justin, I suspect the majority of these cards listed on Goldin are from one seller who's upset at people trying to retire off Marvel cards and hoping to shake cards loose. Yeah, I agree. Put Justin's comment up there if you would, Scandal.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's exactly what I think right there.
He probably has an inside track somewhere too.
No, I don't know.
No, I think that's a very easy.
No, it makes sense.
It makes sense. 100%.
Yeah. If anybody, if the person that bought that case of 2015 is in this, it happens to be here and they're listening and they're going to open up that case, I want your jambalaya that's in there. If there's one, please.
Oh, and whoever this defensors guy is, you're welcome to leave. You can just leave. It's cool.
Wait 1 sec. Hey Keith, let's. I want to catch up with this. Hi Victor, did I win the giveaway? Mr. One Up. Can we draft different penalties for below? Oh,
whoa there. Let's not be talking about that. Jeez.
You can say whatever you want. I don't mind.
It's like Ella needs instructions on how to wear a hat, but it's okay.
I'm not saying PMGs aren't overpriced. I don't care what they are priced. Just offering a perspective. I'm playing spades and not listening. Exactly.
Yes, he's playing spades. I was talking to him earlier, so I was telling him about euchre, which is the game we played in the Midwest. It's very similar to spades, but Justin's playing spades right now. It's funny.
Hey, you guys mentioned something earlier that I wanted to touch on real quick when you were talking about how the PMGs of Spider-Man Metal are going to be more like the 2013. And Scandal was asking you guys if you like the red 2013 PMG over a green 2020. Marvel Metal. Because Marvel Metal green PMGs, for some reason, had gotten a pickup just recently in the past, few weeks. My question is, when Spider-Man Metal comes out and the PMGs are up to par, let's say, of the 2013s, I think they're going to be huge. That's just me. What are your guys' thoughts?
The upcoming Marvel
typing.
Yeah, if they're really using the same guys that created some of these older 90s basketball PMGs, which were really, really awesome, the foil and everything, what do you think that would affect? Do you think that would affect some of these prices when they come out?
I have my own theories on that kind of stuff, but do you want me to go into it?
I mean, if it's legitimate, yeah.
It's a legitimate theory.
Yeah. Hey, did bidding close on the green Spidey? 67,000?
Yes.
Ooh.
And that is what with the buyer's premium? That is 80,000 with the buyer's premium. So I've shared this perspective before, but what? Are there just going to be Marvel PMGs for the next 100 years, right? As long as Marvel's this thing, you have to look at it in, big picture. In 5 years, how many series of Marvel PMGs are there going to be?
80,000 with buyer's premium. What?
Let me just share my thought here, okay?
Okay, sorry.
It's fine. So, if you have like 5 years of Marvel PMGs coming out, and they're coming out once a year, once every other year, there's going to be a lot. I mean, these characters don't age. It's not like sports. They're not going to retire. So what are we just going to have? Mondo numbers of sets of PMGs that are just there for collecting? Yes. So the question is, how will these age in time? Comic books, suffer from the same thing. And, You have to wonder how that's going to affect these markets. I think right now it's an interesting time. I think right now the Spider-Man metal and the X-Men metal, the thing that they have that's unique about them is that they depict the first appearance or key comic issue art on the cards themselves, on the high series. Now, if Spider-Man metal also has high series PMGs that also depict first appearance art from the comics, I think those will be also very, very highly regarded for a very long amount of time. That being said, Upper Deck has the tendency to reuse art all the time and make things not special. So who knows?
Well, they are taking some of the comments to heart that from us collectors. So maybe they will change that a bit. Maybe they'll look at that as a negative thing for some of us collectors, because we've mentioned it on different lives, on with Upper Deck and all that stuff when we've had these Facebook lives and the calls that we've had with the community reps. I think they're listening to us a bit.
Let's catch up with some comments here. Boston Authentic, this is a great one.
Oh,
they are loaded with Marvel.
Green
There will be
skin, though.
Green Spidey sold for $80,000. Yes.
Just wanted to make sure we covered that.
All the guys who wanted to get rich consigned at the same time.
Recent bids. Yes. $80,000 Spider-Man green. $2,000 2013 Luke Cage. That's a steal. Oh, that's a 6 though. Or is it an 8? I can't tell. 8. That's a great deal. Spider-Woman 5,000. Agent Venom 2,000. Yeah, these are again all 7s, these grades. So back to Boston. They are loaded with Marvel. There'll be 5 more auctions like this in a row. All the guys who wanted to get rich consigned at the same time. And then there's a lot of people commenting about how there's probably the collector tendency is to keep the higher premium cards and to move and sell the lower cards, which this seems to be like a big move at selling lower cards.
The funny thing, and I want to ask Steve about this, flipping Steve. The funny thing to me is markets always settle out. So, all right, we're doing all this and it's going crazy, and now it's gonna settle out to where it's gonna settle out to, right? But if you think about true rarity and of specific demand for them, like a Luca card, Steve could speak to, like, where does it settle out? So Steve, what do you kind of think where this kind of goes going forward?
Well, there's always going to be a perceived value and a market value. Like these comps aren't going to sit forever. These comps are going to be around for however long they can be researched. But once they become a month to 2 to 3 months old, it's like you can't be like, oh, I have this card. This one sold 3 months ago for this price. Because when you're talking about rare sports cards, it's the same way. It's not as easy to move because you have a smaller demographic of buyer when you have high priced items. If you're selling stuff from $50 to $200, you're going to have a larger demographic of buyer than you are when you're selling from like $5K and up, just because of budget. So again, that's why I still think lower end / entry level Marvel cards haven't seen their day in the sun, because there has to be entry level stuff, and then this high end stuff will continue to see big prices. But to be honest, we're seeing some online sales. This is auction sales, but you're not seeing like live or private sales. You're not seeing show sales. This is data that we saw at Goldin Auction just end. But I know what some cards have sold for at recent shows and stuff that I've been to, and sales that I've had myself on high end. So it's like, it's just going to settle out to where there is not a market price on a card. It's a perceived value at any given time.
Perceived value. Yeah, I agree with that.
Have somebody who is willing.
We've got a superhero. We've got a superhero just joined us, Daniel Dunn. He's got the name iteration.
Welcome, Daniel.
Hey guys.
If you walk a really rare card at a show, you go to one table and try to sell it, and somebody might offer you $5K for it, and you walk away. That's not what you want. You might walk 2 or 3 tables down, and somebody might offer you $7 for it. It's because it's all in the buyer's perceived value.
Yeah,
100%. I agree.
Off-White Tim, curious as to what you all think. A Marvel Masterpieces set hasn't been released since all the Marvel hype. Think it'll pick up steam once the new set comes out, obviously minus BSG. Josh, why don't you take this one?
Well, it probably won't come out. The Marvel Masterpieces 2022 won't come out probably until 2023, just because of all of the set releases and how they are right now, being pushed back. But I would say that it would definitely start up the Masterpiece side of things because more people are in the market.
Yeah.
So more people will be buying these boxes. Like when I say more people, I mean not just the old collectors like, had been, buying these that are on ePack. Those who are actually in the next year gonna join. A lot of the new guys creating these ePack accounts and looking at some of this newer content that comes out. I'll give a shout out to Lootbox with Gin and Juice. They have started opening Marvel boxes and kind of just, I was able to be on with them when they opened the Marvel Metal box, and just them kind of getting into it. A lot of other sports guys have been reaching out to me, just asking me questions, and like, man, this is so awesome.
They did an epic thing with Justin too.
And that's what I was going to bring up too. Yeah. Justin just did that Marvel Masterpiece box 2020. And I swear, like, there was only like an hour of it, and there was 22 comments saying, "This is so sweet," talking about it and everything. So yep. I think it coming out, the 2022 box in 2023, because there'll be more people, it'll only just start the Marvel Masterpiece hype, and then they'll go back to Marvel Masterpiece 2016s and all this stuff, and that's when those prices will be way high.
I was surprised when I went to ePack.
I want to add to that real quick. So the artists have been selected for that, Tim, and they are working on that set. But yeah, it'll definitely be a 2023 release. Whether it says 2022 Masterpieces or not, I don't know. But it'll be a 2023 release, and artists have been set in that. And
set. Just to let everybody know, hey Neil, how's it going? We didn't say hi to him.
I'm going to try to curate the questions and comments a little bit more, guys. So just don't compound answers too much, okay? So let's keep moving. So next question from the group here is 2020 art was great, terrible print quality, and yeah, we all know that. I was surprised at how many, when I joined ePack for X-Men 2020, how many hockey guys kept asking me, "Hey, do you have hockey? Do you have golf? Do you have hockey?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? I'm a Marvel guy. I'm new to this. Like, why are you asking me if I have hockey? I don't have hockey." But yeah, every time there's a new set.
The reason I made my name Marvel Guy is because at shows and places that I went, people were asking me, because I did have some sports stuff. I said, "Look, I'm really a Marvel guy," and that's where that name came from.
That's awesome.
I
love that.
Yeah, 100%.
They aren't always first appearances in X-Men 2020. That's true. They were more key appearances. Agreed.
Key appearances.
Where something big happened. Yes, agreed. Hey guys, despite the current negativity in the hobby, I'm not sure what the negativity is, but I still believe in the long-term potential of 2013-15 Marvel PMGs and Marvel cards in general. I agree. Thanks for representing from the Philippines. PS Collectibles, yeah.
He had a very famous video that was similar to yours, Stephen, in that he had the damaged, a card, not damaged, but a card that came out from the
oh no, yeah, I saw it this week.
Thing, yeah.
And I thought, that's my Scarlet Witch right here. I got her right here. She came back as a PSA 8, and I thought my card was bad, but his slipped out. Like if mine peeked out, his slipped out. His slipped out of the box. Like it was that crazy. Anyway, there's a small segment of people.
Real quick. We need to hear from Daniel Dunn.
I'm gonna kill
What's
the
up, Dan?
screen here. I'm gonna kill
Tell
the
us
screen
about
here for a
what's
bit.
going on with your Marvel journey right now, and then we got the great Neo that just joined us.
All right, so starting off, I started with the Marvel Masterpiece 18, carrying over from that conversation, because Bianchi is my jam. I love everything that guy does. Doesn't matter if it's Masterpiece or individual cards, I'm going for it, right?
Love it. Yeah.
So then we transitioned to X-Men Metal, which was still on ePack when I was getting into it. And had fun with that, got into some greens. That's where you really start to get your meat and potatoes, so to speak, in terms of trades and starting to gather values. And you can start having fun with things like look at the black parallels, right? Whenever you start doing the research to it and finding that, oh, well, with the high series, there could be less than 20 of those at all because you can't go and pull anymore. So what's out there available in the marketplace, that's just what's going to be available.
Truth.
So you could grind and maybe create 21 or 22 of some of these characters, but that's not likely just because it takes so much of those cards to create that parallel. And now it's just taking time for me to go and research past sets that have came out. Like today I got to learn about some of the 96 Golden Web Spider-Mans and some of the fun things that came from that. Like on my Instagram, I've posted this parallel of Craven and a guy that looks just like him, and then there's another card where Venom's homage to the movie Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So checking that out and picking up some jambalayas along the way, getting ready for my first PSA submission, and then hopefully have those. But I'll have those back in time for Dallas, hopefully. So whenever we link up, you guys can check them out.
Get them in there fast.
Send them in regular, and you'll be good.
Yeah, me and Justin should be getting our batch together and should be off next week.
Should be off Monday or Tuesday, hopefully, if Justin gets that to me.
Correct.
So Neo's in the house. How you doing, Neo?
What's up, boys?
Neil, you've probably been listening.
What are you looking at on here?
What are your thoughts? What are you thinking?
Whoa, guys!
It's like 6 questions at once.
Well, yeah. So we both look at the same time. I was interested. I was curious to see what you were interested in as far as the Goldin Auctions go.
I mean, I think I forget who it was in the comments nailed it earlier. I mean, I think this is kind of what we all expected to happen. You know what I mean? I don't know that we were all nailing numbers exactly, but I don't think anyone's shocked by anything that happened here, like drastically one way or another. Like the market got flooded with, I don't know, what was it, 160 some PMG, or I don't remember what the number was, but a lot of PMGs all at once. And to someone's point earlier, they're still, as hot as the Marvel market's been the first part of this year, it's still a small market, so you still don't have a wide pool of buyers. And as they start to gobble up what they want, there's just less and less high-end buyers for this stuff. So the fact that this stuff is slipping through the cracks isn't surprising to me. And I agree with, I mean, I don't have any inside knowledge, but I would agree with what Boston Authentic said earlier with regards to more and more people looking to, you know, we see this all the time in the other markets. When stuff starts to pull back a little bit, a lot of people will rush their stuff to market because they're worried it's going to keep sliding backwards to try to beat the rush, which puts even more inventory onto the market, which potentially even lowers sales more. I don't know that we're going to see that or not, but in the past, we have seen that with sports cards, comic books, and pretty much everything else down the line. I don't know why this would be different, other than the fact that it's more limited inventory because everything's numbered, specifically speaking PMGs.
To your point, I think what saves Marvel in this instance is that because they're so low numbered, that yes, there's a bunch of them that flooded the market, but there's still only so many of each card that it's not the same as if the print run was 5,000 or 2,000 or whatever. It's 50 or 100, you know, and then they're graded, which makes it even more limited. So I agree with 100% what you're saying, but I think what the thing with Marvel is that because they're so low numbered, that it might hold. I don't know. I literally don't know. I just, you know.
I think it probably settles back into like early January pricing. We're not going to get back to like September, October, November pricing ever again.
Right.
But I think it kind of like a good example, and this is just a complete one-off because I have one. A red Spider-Gwen sold today raw for like $1,200. That's what it was selling for back in January, because none have kind of sold in between. So it kind of feels like the November, September, October market, the fall market is gone. The early winter market, it leveled up. And then in February, it like really leveled up. And now we're kind of pulling back to January, and we're probably going to settle in around there for a while. Yeah. That's my theory.
Yeah.
Just here's
on
some
a macro level.
Here's some perspective on this Goldin auction. I just want to do a news update. Goldin auction news update. I'm still bidding actively on 4 cards. I cannot get these cards. I'm in a head-to-head with many people. So even though, like we talked about earlier, a lot of the 6 and 5s and 6 and 7 grade cards have ended, there's still a lot of 2013s that people are duking it out for here. Myself included. Hulk red, blue Wolverine, blue Captain America, red Doctor Strange. There's still people going for these.
What did the recent blue Wolverine go for? Didn't one of those sell not too terribly long ago in a similar grade?
18. Was it 20 grand?
18,000.
And what was it? The exact same grade?
Or was it? I think it was a PSA. I think it was a PSA. I don't remember what it went for though, but yeah, it went really high.
But there's an active blue on eBay right now, I think for 25. That's OBO or best offer.
Wow.
Anyway, just really want to let's go through some comments here. So let's sit tight. Let me just read off some of these.
I did see the Spider-Man blue sold.
Yeah. Oh, did it? Oh, did it?
Yeah, 58,000 with buyer's premium.
58,000.
2013. I don't know what the last. I'm not super up on like what the last sale on a blue Spider-Man was.
Yeah,
58, a little higher in line.
58,000.
Yeah, 58,000. There it is. So,
does anyone know? Is that like is that less, more in line with recent sales?
I bet.
So let's think about this for a second. So the BGS 9 that Aoki bought was what, 73, 72? Is that right?
Which one was 134,000? There was 134,000.
No, yeah, those are the 2 that sold back to back. One went on like Goldin or PWCC on a Saturday for like 130, and then one sold on eBay the next night for 100K. I think
it went from Goldin to that. Yeah.
I want to involve some of our listeners really quick, so I just want to get some of these questions in because we're kind of just rambling a bit. And I think Justin would say that this card sold for cheap. The blue 8, that's low. Somebody saying, Keith saying, I'm going to slaughter the next masterpieces as it comes out. I agree. I think a lot of us agree. So does Justin. Oh man, Marvel guy would love to know the artist on the next set. I think we will see some big show sales at the end of July at the National. Steve, what do you think about that? Short answer. National sales, what do you think it's going to
do? Well, do you think National has always been referred to as a sports card? You know, it's even in the name of it, I believe. So are we going to see it like Culture Code? Are we going to see lots of Marvel people set up there? Man,
Dallas, baby. Dallas. Come on, Steve.
We're talking about Nationals. Dallas is next.
It's so hard to predict Nationals,
baby.
If you've ever been on the showroom floor at the National, it's hard to locate something.
Yeah.
So if there's not a lot of Marvel cards in everybody's showcases, it's going to be tough to find it. You know, you're going to be asking people, where can I find Marvel cards? You know, you're going to need a sign on our tape.
Here we go.
So, right.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. The Nationals, you and Neo have mentioned that many times, is that the Nationals pretty hard to navigate. So Dan Roth says, what do you think of the outlook of non-numbered rare inserts or achievements? Will more and more people discover these? Feels like prices are so low for some truly rare or hard to achieve items. And I'm going to toss this one to Kent. Short answer, and I maybe tune it towards annual because that's, I think, a really good example of rare inserts.
So it's funny that you mentioned that. I was having a discussion on Instagram today regarding some of these non-numbered. So the Humble Beginnings and the annual impacts are really, really, really good-looking cards, and they're selling for 15 cents. I mean, literally. But it's because the rarity isn't there. They're sharp as hell, man, but they just aren't rare. So rarity drives the market. That's where, and it's just like 90s stuff. Like it was so much out there. Then now you gotta start getting them graded. So maybe if you get an annual impact Black Panther or Wolverine or something like that, and you get it graded and it's a PSA 10, maybe then it has some value. But a lot of these non-numbered things, until you get them graded, that's what makes them numbered. Justin, what's up?
I think
we're guys.
I think hi, how are you doing, Justin? I think we're pretty far away from non-sports related cards hitting tens of thousands of dollar prices. That's my take on it. It's just if they don't have sports tie-ins, the Rittenhouse is not going to see it right now, and other, even this new Marvel annual.
Rittenhouse will come though. Watch that. Rittenhouse will come. That is coming.
That's an opinion. What your guess?
It is
what's your guess how long Marvel annual will sell on ePack? Justin, why don't you take this one really quick? What's your guess on how long Marvel annual will sell on ePack?
I mean, normally what it lasts 2 or 3 years. So, given the way people are buying right now, months. How many months? I don't know.
Yeah. So annual typically sells. It does not sell as quickly as some of the more premium products. That's what he's getting at.
Justin's not. He's not really participating in annual on ePack, so you guys know.
Yeah, well, look, I normally never buy annual, like ever, and I've already bought way more than I care to admit. So,
Keith, annual is flying way more than the last set. Yes, it's flying, and I think I commented on this earlier in a chat, which was it's because we're bored. Everybody's bored, and everybody's excited, and everybody wants to post cool hits. We all want to share our hits. We all want to share our boxes. We all want to share what we're doing. We all want to share our red glows. And we're spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for that share moment. And then the card goes into our binder or into our box in our closet, and it's never seen again.
That's 100% true. 100% true.
Yes. Glad to see Daniel here. Great comic presser and good to hear. So, Daniel, I need some books pressed. Should I be using you?
Absolutely.
Well, yes, you should. He's in our hobby.
Is that even a question?
Community.
Right.
It's not a question.
Well, yeah, of course it's a question, because if you've never gotten a book press and you're telling me to use this guy, I'm already questioning what you're saying.
Well, look, I've gotten probably about 15 9/8 from, and these are books I pulled out of the wild. Yeah, not just,
if not more.
But Daniel's a fantastic presser. The good thing about Daniel is not only does he understand his craft, you can trust him with your book. He's not going to do anything weird or crazy or swap.
Do you submit directly to CGC?
Absolutely. That's how I operate. And I tell every customer client, as soon as we start talking, that I care more about building a relationship and networking and repeat customers than I do just making a few bucks opening and closing a press. Those people are a dime a dozen. Some of them do great work, but they're not going to keep you in the loop on any of your stuff. You're going to mail your books to them, and you're not going to hear anything back until you receive them, probably 8 months to a year later. Communication is very low when it comes to other pressers, and that's one thing that I strive to do better. Is I'm going to send you screenshots of what I get when I get it, and keep you in the loop. Pop
quiz question: okay. Ultimate Fallout 4, first appearance of Miles Morales. What's typically the problem with that book?
Oh, the bend. It comes in a poly bag, so it has a slight crease to it.
Mm-hmm. Poly bag's also rub in the back, and it's got black borders.
Mm-hmm.
Based off annual activity, this hobby has grown significantly. I agree.
That is true.
Hello, people. Just getting caught up with the comments. What's up, Card Boss?
Card Boss.
Good luck on bidding. I'm still bidding. I'm still in on these, a few of them. I'm not sharing what I'm bidding on because that seems a little weird.
Yeah, apparently what I spent on annual today, I could have got some really nice cards off of Goldin.
You could have bought a green Galactus.
That's what I'm saying. People are like showing like, hey, I got 6 sketch cards today. I'm like, how many cases did you buy? The hobby, especially Marvel cards, is based on perceived value, which makes valuation subjective. Marvel PMGs having natural rarity will only get harder to acquire long-term. Patience is
100% agree. 100% agree. That's what I was saying about the lulls in the market. Like we were talking about 2015 PMGs kind of had a little bit of a lull because people just are like, whatever. The 2013 was the first. 2017 is the hype. everybody's skipping on the 2015s, but then once they go, oh, you know what? Those are really cool and rare too. That all catches up. It'll all catch up.
Yeah, I agree. The card boss. Hey man, fireman days later. Yes. Spots on Marvel is the prices of annual stuff. But now that the major sketch achievements have been filled, it will be interesting to see what some of that stuff sells for. I'm going to give a quick overview for Marvel Annual. Marvel Annual on Pete. 1 second, Ken. Marvel Annual on ePack. There are lots of puzzle achievements. Most of the biggest achievements in Marvel 2022 Annual on ePack were sketch card related from key awesome artists. A lot of these were really flashy. A lot of these were really incentivizing a lot of people to buy a lot of this product so they could get those achievements. I'd like to ask who here probably bought the most Marvel Annual.
Not me. I only bought $100 worth.
Okay.
I bought 10 boxes. So I don't know.
It's going. And we're all looking at you. We're looking at 0. Okay.
Justin.
Do I have to admit it on camera that I got 3 cases?
Okay. So here's my question for you. Here's my question for you. How much product would one person have to buy?
Greater than 10.
How much product would one person have to buy to probably earn one of the key achievements on ePack?
Well, if they knew what they were doing, 3 cases would do it.
3 cases with Swift trading.
Well, it depends on the achievement, Steven. So I did one today where I got the Black Widow Star Rookie card.
Those are unlimited. Those are unlimited.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a key achievement.
No,
that's a mid-tier, even not low mid-tier achievement on your way to bigger achievements.
100%. It's the lowest tier achievement. I accomplished it today. I purchased 6 boxes on ePack. So in 6 boxes, I was able to accomplish with some trade. I did have to make a trade or 2, but I was close. I was only 3 cards away. So with 6 boxes, I was able to achieve that.
This is where I get snarky, and I'm gonna raise your achievement term, and I'm gonna achieve it here too, live in front of everybody. So let's see, Annual Black Widow, $1.67. Yep. Adding it to my cart. I'm going to buy this right now, and I'm going to achieve that.
Awesome.
So this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the sketch cards that allowed people to, there was only like 20 of them, and these were huge. These were giant pieces of arts, and these were limited edition 1-of-1s. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, so you're thinking $3,000, Justin, to get those?
Correct.
3,000. Yeah, 3 cases. Spending between $2,500 to $3,000 probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Your original question was just about achievements. I was just saying.
No, I know. It's just those are going to be around forever.
Just to start achievements is that, and then it's going to go up from there, of course.
Yeah. Just Marvel Annual has a way of having a lot of achievements that are worth under $2. Premieres out there still unreleased. Okay. Corey. Hey Corey, how you doing, man? You will see us out there. Don't know my booth number yet, but we'll have a ton of fun. Are you at Dallas or at National, Corey? Probably National. I think I'm trying to catch up.
Corey, we're gonna be in the room to the side where trade night is.
I think he's talking about National though, because we were talking about that for some time.
Oh, I don't know.
You'll see more at AC Nationals for sure, says Keith. I've already spoken to some shops who plan to go again for the first time in years. Nice. That's great to hear. Corey 808 representing Spidey Metal going to attract tons more. Yes, we can all talk about Spidey Metal, but that's the big talk. We all talked about it. There's a lot of news updates this week on Spidey Metal. Listen to the Marvel Card. What's it called? What's the official podcast name?
MCCW
Collector.
Is there a date yet? I haven't got a chance to listen to that podcast.
So Ian from Utah, Ian Fisher, his projected intelligent theory on the release of Spider-Man Metal puts it, from what I remember, you and Justin, you were talking to him, I think it was in the 3rd week of June.
Yeah, June 29th.
4th week of June.
I say July.
Hey, that's my birthday.
And I'm on August.
Keith,
do we see it before the Nationals?
It will be before Nationals, probably.
That would be good. I would hope that's
Nationals July 31st.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the guy from Upper Deck said it'll be really, really hot out when it comes out. So then I'm like, all right, so it's either July or August,
Well,
right?
in Louisiana, that's all the way to September.
Here's the
but
question.
I think it's June.
Here's the question.
But it's when it begins to get really, really hot. Hopefully,
So
down here that's like May. All right,
Yeah.
so right.
I see this
Yeah,
comment
but-
hopping up. This comment comes up a lot on Facebook, on Instagram. People saying that Spider-Man metal on ePack, once it hits, will not last long. True or false?
A week.
True.
Spidey metal.
Okay, I want everybody to say how long they each think it'll last, and I'm going to start top with Daniel, top left.
4 to 5 days.
Less than a week. Or Josh?
Yes.
I'll stay with him.
Okay, Neo.
How long did the X-Men metal last? A long time, right?
5 months.
October until last month.
Yeah.
Was it last month?
6 months.
I'll say at least a month because I think Spider-Man metal is going to have a much, much larger print around than X-Men metal.
But I think that was deemed as being not true.
I think it
Justin, is
might
that
be
true?
the same, actually.
I thought that it would be because they have extra numbered parallels in there to expand
but
out.
they're
the
numbered
print.
No,
lower.
but they're taking some out, though.
Oh, I mean, I didn't listen to the new podcast, so I might not
okay.
have the latest information on this, to be fair.
Flip and Steve, ePack, how long will it last? Spider-Man metal.
I mean, I just have to go off what you guys say because I've never participated in ePack.
Okay. Kent.
Smart.
Yeah, I would
Smart.
say less than a week for sure. Less than a week.
Justin.
First of all, Neo's, Flip and Steve, really good to see you guys.
Yeah.
And
Good to see everybody.
been missing you. I mean, look, not more than a couple of weeks. If they increase their server capacity, maybe less than that. But I think with the current servers, I'm not even joking. Sorry,
Oh, for
not
sure.
joking.
That's a serious comment. That's not a joke.
And here's why I say that, because I think it was the second day after Annual came out, like the website wouldn't even load. I mean, just that's nuts. But yeah, it depends on how they handle the servers handle it. I'd say a week or two at most. So I don't know.
We all know what happened. I mean, X-Men Metal, this happened prematurely, but this was in 2018. You know, when X-Men Metal hit ePack, one individual purchased a large percentage of the entire run and still holds it to this day, like the ultimate dragon, hoarding his gold, his gold coins. And the question is, does that happen a lot in sports cards? Does anybody know if that happens a lot in sports cards, where someone steps in on ePack and buys a large majority of a product?
It's just hockey, so that's kind of a weird situation.
Okay.
I have a pretty good source. But up until probably this year, it was only really about 300 really, really active ePack users that were buying product at a seriously high level. I know that may sound surprising, but not saying that more people didn't buy, but we're talking about like we are now for the most part.
At a high level, define high level. Do you think like buying more than one case?
Yeah, I mean big spenders, and I just think that's just increased dramatically.
Yeah, I also think it'll last. I'm going to say it'll last 3 weeks.
So once again, I'm behind. So Spider-Man Metal is coming to retail.
Coming to retail in June.
They're doing blasters. They're doing blast metal. They're doing blasters on Allure, and they're doing blasters on what's the
Beginnings.
No, not what is it?
Beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
What's the last one? It's 540 cards in the set.
Beginnings.
I can't remember the name of it right
Beginnings.
now. Beginnings. Sorry. So they're doing blasters on all those. So what we've been asking to get, cards in Walmart and Target and whatnot, I think this might be our shot.
I assume no PMGs in the blasters.
There are, but there will be some. Yes, I'm sorry, Daniel. There will be some exclusives to the blasters, but yes.
Justin, didn't you get some conversation and stuff and inside stuff on that? Not inside stuff, but stuff we already know. But what did you hear on that? Those blaster packs
on the retail blaster packs is 6 cards, 6 packs. You're gonna have you can have what's called a FX Light Yellow Parallel that'll only be available in the retail boxes. There will be platinum portraits. There will be Daily Bugle inserts. There will be some sketch cards, but there will not be PMGs.
Correct.
There are supposed to be some other Easter egg for both the set, the retail boxes, and ePack that have not been announced.
Saying that. Yeah.
This comment's worth saying. Boredom and FOMO brought to you by Marvel Annual. That's I love that. Great comment, Victor. Non-serial cards selling for 15C just shows how small the community is in a way. I can sell a new Pokemon card for more because of the size of the community. That's kind of true, kind of not. In that, and I don't want to disagree with you, Retro, but Pokemon also has had a huge pullback. People seeing that the crazy sketches coming out of Annual is causing a frenzy.
I feel attacked.
Do you mind
agree with that?
Dallas comment really just for a second?
Which comment?
The Dallas one. You pulled it up. We kind of skipped over it.
Oh, this one, Spidey fan.
Hey, Spidey fan.
I'm gonna say I just wanted to touch on this real quick, if you don't mind.
Please.
I'm going to say no. There's not going to be a major Marvel dump. There's going to be buying and selling. Buying and selling.
So my dump folder is just dump them right.
Well, let me have Steven
let's
Steve finish up.
No, 100%.
But just because people are selling doesn't mean it's a major dump going on. In fact, some of these new prices that we saw tonight on Goldin, a lot of people are going to look at this as opportunity. A lot of people are going to be like, well, if someone's dumping, they got to be dumping to somebody. There has to still be a buyer. You can't dump without a buyer. So if there's a buyer, then there's buying going on, right? So I don't look for a massive, oh my God, I got to get rid of all my Marvel cards because they're going down in price. They're only going to go down as far as the next buyer allows the card to go down. It happens in sports as well. No matter what the pop report is on a card, no matter how many of them are out there. I talk about the Zion Prism all the time. 20,000 PSA 10s in the pop report. But like the hobby won't let that card get below $200 because there's too many buyers at $200. And there's going to be buyers on these cards as prices come down. I talked about earlier how you push out a demographic of buyer as prices go up. Well, you gain a new demographic of buyer when the prices come back down. And then your basements sit. I wanted to talk about the auction tonight and how much of this was human psyche as far as how many people didn't get in on these auctions because they didn't think you had a chance to win. I can sit here and say that I'm one of those people. I'm looking at that Doctor Strange green that went for 7,000 and I'm like, I would have paid that much for that card. If I would have gotten into that auction, I would have bid on that card. The problem is I didn't because I didn't think I had a chance. I was like, that's going to get pushed out of my price range. Why even waste the time? How many people didn't show up for these Goldin auctions? In fact, are showing up to this live stream late to get an update because they probably didn't think they had a chance to buy any of these cards. And now we're seeing reasonable prices. Reasonable prices is going to cause more people to get back in, whether because it's within their budget or because they see an opportunity now. And it's going to drive prices back to another spike. Now, going back to say, hey, are they going to hit those big time peaks that we've seen in February? Maybe not. A peak is a peak. You can't establish a peak without it coming down. A peak is a point. So that's just my take on what I think about Dallas or any upcoming card show, and my take on some of the reason of why some of these cards may have sold or underperformed. I'm not going to say undersold. They just underperformed. Because people were probably scared. How many people are going to wake up in the morning and check these Goldin auctions and be like, damn, I wish I could bid on that. So they just didn't give it the time because they already thought that they were pushed out.
Yeah.
Well, what's that?
That's good perspective. Yeah. Very well.
Yeah, very good.
Off-White Tim. Hit posts are toxic, for me. He's talking about when people post their ePack hits. Have me running to ePack in the beginning. Yeah, I agree. You have to be careful with those hit posts, guys. They do cause people to lose money.
So do group chats.
Well, sorry there.
Between two of us, I hear about 10 cases. Oh man. Marvel.
That's funny.
Victor says he's bought 0 annual and will not buy those. You need to pick your battles and collecting. I totally agree, Victor, and I did get pulled into the swamp on buying annual. I bought a case of annual. One case. Am I happy with what I got from that case? No.
You
3
bought a
cases
case.
in 4 hours. Okay. Yeah, I know a guy who did 6 boxes and hit an achievement sketch with trades, but they had other product. Yeah, I'm sure they had a lot of other product. That would be impossible.
I thought you were talking about me for a second. I bought 6 boxes and
I enjoyed seeing all the original sketch pulls. The Marvel annual sketches were gorgeous. I mean, holy cow, they were quite good looking. In fact, I got a really
good
great
sketch. Yeah,
I got a Moon Knight sketch and I think probably one of the best Electra sketches I've ever seen.
Yeah, you do.
I got 2
Yeah.
autos. I didn't get a sketch though. The battle booklets are really hard to get. Has anybody got a battle booklet sketch like the opens up? Those are like 1 in 560 packs. They're really hard to hit.
Yeah, I didn't. The booklets ones, I don't even know how.
There's a crazy achievement for that. You have to get 10 of those for an achievement card. And I've opened like 6 or 7 boxes and I haven't even seen one.
Yeah, I mean, there's people going. The holograms do look kind of cool. I mean, I think annual's fun. I wish annual also had a reputation of getting into the hands of kids, and I wish that's what I wish Upper Deck really tried to get those into the hands of younger.
You know what, Steven? Just because you said that, I'm gonna buy a box physically and I'm gonna bring it to Dallas, and that's what I'm gonna give kids. Like in Atlanta, I gave kids packs from the Marvel Weiss Schwartz thing. I'm going to buy a box of Marvel Annual, and that's what I'm going to give away at Dallas. Now that you said that, I'm going to do that. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Here's the sketch I pulled, by the way, for those that are curious.
That's the product that should have a retail release, is the annual.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a tighter way to say what I just said. That's exactly right. This is the sketch I pulled, though. It's a Ray. What's his last name? Ray Racho, right?
Ray Racho.
So
yeah, I just like it. He's kind of channeling some Jim Lee with the eyes on this one.
good, man. Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
Sketch. The other sketch I got was a little weaker, but anyway, still fun.
How many days after the Spider-Man blaster boxes hit Walmart shelves, or how many hours after they hit the retail shelves where we see the angry Facebook posts about people buying them to flip them? Like an hour, 45 minutes, live IG lives directly from the restock lady aisle. Like,
will they go do it under the guise of being a young, like a parent that's just upset that their child didn't get what they wanted? Are they going to take that route? Because that's the one that ticks me off the most. Lots of comments. Let's keep going.
3 minutes left on the blue Wolvie. 3 minutes left on the blue Wolvie. Just so you know.
As of now. Yeah.
Doctor Strange got hit again.
I'm still in on one of these. I'm not going to tell you which one.
The Wolverine just got hit again. It just reset 16,250.
Steven, you need to do the drama. You need to put the thing that you're bidding on up on the screen, showing the countdown like you're.
It's Wolverine. There's no question, guys. Come on now.
The Wolverine has a cap on it though, right? Because isn't there a bin sitting on eBay?
Yeah, we saw that with the blue spider.
There is a bin on eBay.
Yeah, so that puts an artificial cap on it for anyone remotely paying attention.
Does. You're correct.
Card Boss's take. Here's the Card Boss's take. Just look through the entire Golden PMG list. Everything except Spidey 2013 Blue and the 1/1 Golds got slaughtered. Can't wait for Neo's deep dive on this.
The gold 1/1s did get whacked, but they were 2 awful characters. I mean, I shouldn't say awful. Awful's the wrong word. But it was a Doc Ock and a Red Skull, 1/1. So those aren't exactly Spider-Man and Wolverine. You know what I'm saying?
That Red Skull's sick. The gold 1/1 Red Skull.
No, they looked great. Don't get me wrong. They're amazing cards, but it's not Spider-Man. It's not Wolverine. It's not Deadpool. It's not.
I know. I just mean that's a crowning achievement for someone's collection. That Red Skull.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Where do you guys think they'll sell the Spidey Metal Blaster boxes for retail? Okay, I'd like to know who has a lot of history with retail product Marvel in the post 2019.
I'm gonna say $35 a box.
Well, the question is, where will they sell it?
Oh, I thought he said how much. I'm sorry.
No problem, Neil. But still take it. Where do you think they'll sell?
Walmart and Target.
Yeah, Walmart and Target, because it's an upper deck product, right?
Yeah.
So, question though, you know how we saw Marvel Ages at GameStops? Could we see GameStops having them as well?
Have they carried upper deck product?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, real quick, those were actually like a repack type thing, I believe, at GameStop. Like they didn't sell somewhere else, and I think they got repackaged and then put in GameStop.
Oh, I thought it was an exclusive to GameStop to have
the Legends. Are you talking about the
Legends?
Not the Legends.
Marvel Ages blister packs.
I think I'm not 100% sure, but
I think it's safe to say that GameStop and Upper Deck they do talk about product because they did do an exclusive with Legends, so it's not totally unheard of for them to start having this. I think it's an interesting take.
So what do we think they sell for? My guess is $35.
that's about what the LeBron James Space Jams is doing, and I don't know where the Spider-Man Spider-Verse, but I think Spider-Verse is. I think the first time they released those boxes, we could get those for around $100. So I think somewhere between 30 and 50, but I don't think they're gonna be more than 50.
Yeah, usually
we're talking about the Spider-Man metal blaster boxes. They're not going to be $30. You think they'll be $30?
I think you might be surprised
for a blaster box. That's pretty normal
because you're not getting guaranteed hits like you do in a hobby box. You're going to get a lot of just non-numbered base cards. The hits, like the Platinum Portraits, those are going to be like one in a blue moon.
Prior to the recent price increases, major, like a Prism basketball box, which would be like the pinnacle of retail releases, was $20 a box, and then they just recently jacked the prices within the last 6 months to about $30 or $35 a piece.
Inflation's a thing. Yeah.
Well, they jacked the price because Panini saw too much. There was too much money being made on the secondary market. You know, people were able to buy them for $20 and put them on eBay for 50 or 60. So taking the price to like $35 no longer makes it worth your while to flip it, because you put it on eBay, you make $50 after fees and shipping and such. You're not making any money. So they basically are like, we're going to make the extra money. We're not going to allow somebody to make the extra money on the secondary market. However, we're talking Upper Deck, and I don't know if Upper Deck made the same price adjustments that Panini did.
I will say during the interview, they spoke a lot about secondary market prices. They were very well in tune and even spoke specifically about individual sales.
Yeah, I don't know, because the only product I ever see on the Target and Walmart shelves is Upper Deck hockey, and I don't buy hockey, so I don't know the prices of the blaster boxes now for Upper Deck.
Yeah,
but I knew everything Panini across the board went up.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be. Corey nailed it way down in the comments. I wouldn't be surprised if they resell for about $100 a box, but I think they retail for $35.
Spidey Metal will be gone in one day on ePack. That's not possible due to the servers.
Will not allow it.
No,
correct.
No.
The bigger question, will PMGs be
I'm
available?
being aggressive saying a week. That's aggressive saying a week.
Yeah. The bigger question will be okay. Yeah, we talked about that. Hobby only. Here conversation going on. Glad that we have 29 people watching. Good job, guys. 27. Oh, as I said that, 2 people left. Let's be honest. Many of us got chunks of cards so cheap we won't let them go for rock bottom prices. Buying and selling is healthy. Swami also didn't think he had a shot, so he didn't put any bids in on the Goldin. Way to go, Flippin' Steve. Preach. Agreed. It's up to okay. Anybody see any comments I should be? I want to see your storm sketch. Comments, reach out to me. I want to see your storm sketch. Show me. I missed the Carmish.
The wolf. You guys talk about the Wolvie getting extended? Sorry.
Wolvie got extended. Yeah, no, that's fine. He's at 23 minutes right now. Is that right?
16,250. Yeah, 16,250 now.
With buyer's premium, he's almost to 20,000. And just so we're clear,
I just bid, right?
I am not in on the Wolverine card.
The cap is at 18.5. The cap is at 18.5.
I do not spend 20 grand on a card, by the way.
Scandal's in on the Red Strange. That's my prediction.
Of course. Doctor Strange is the good.
I'll heavily agree with Corey's comment about scalpers, just because I know in our local areas, say with Pokemon cards, like people that work at Target, they talk regularly about people who just come in and scoop them all up at once. So I think with these, it's going to be the same thing applied.
I used to do that. Not for
I
cards.
100% agree. I 100% agree. So, and I want to speak to this a little bit for a second, if you don't mind. So, I did an experiment about 3 or 4 months ago. My daughter got me to go and buy a bunch of Pokemon cards because there was a bunch of new sets that were coming out and some stuff. And she works at Barnes and Noble, so I get a discount. And I bought a lot of product to see what I could get. And but then I would go to Target or I would go to Walmart and they had nothing. I mean, nothing. And not only did they have nothing, they were aggravated that you were asking about it. That's how bad it was. So I think you're right, Daniel. I think it's going to be silly like that.
Yep. And then you'll have people, the weird guys wearing trench coats, walking up with food scales, trying to weigh the product to see if they can pull a platinum portrait out of which box.
People do this as a full-time job. This is their job. This is how they make money. They don't have a job. They just go to Walmart or Target and get collectibles.
But will they get the Spider-Man medal, do you think? Do you think they'll be attracted to that? Or will they know about it? That's my question.
I think they'll buy it now and ask questions later. They'll return it. You can always return it.
With those kind of people, they've already got connections anyway. So all it takes is the right associate to send a text message saying, "Hey, we got this," or put it on their Snap. That's a regular thing too. They'll just be like, "Hey, look what just came off the truck," and like, "Hey, I don't know what that is. Let me Google it. Oh wow, this is already selling for X amount. I'll be there in 20 minutes."
But I haven't seen buyouts lately on sports. Like you said, you used to walk into a Walmart or Target, look like a zombie wasteland. Everything was ripped apart and nothing was left behind except empty boxes ripped apart. And now I can walk into a Walmart and find product. I don't even buy it. I leave it. Now, some of it might be lower end, but as far as sports cards go, I can find product, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and I don't have to hit a restock. People call it hitting a restock. You're there right as the restock happens. But, I can walk in there and I can see where some of it has been bought, but I can see where a lot of it has been left behind, which is something that I did a year ago.
Yeah, there's
Steve. We right now on Goldin we have a restock.
There's savvy people that get the pallets of the product, not the morning of, but they get the pallets the night of as the night team, because Walmart's open. A lot of super Walmarts are open 24 hours, so you get product coming in at midnight or 2 a.m. and they come in on pallets from the back room. You got people coming in and getting that stuff before it even hits the shelf.
Yeah, but
the retail cards are separate from the regular inventory that comes in and brought in by a vendor.
Is that true?
Yeah, Walmart and Target have nothing to do with the sports cards.
Right.
It's brought in by an outside contract.
They're FedEx/UPS to the store, and then they're stored in a separate location that the regular employees aren't allowed to touch.
Oh, that's fantastic. I have a history of toy collecting and being one of these weirdos that does this. So
the problem is at this point, most to points earlier, this late in the game, most of the vendors are on the take, and someone already has it backdoored for most of this stuff. Anything good is getting backdoored before it hits the floor.
I wonder in the community, just in the Marvel community, if they're gonna mention with Spidey Metal what stores that these blaster packs will be released at.
It'll be Walmart and Target. That's who. Because it's going to go through MJ Holdings, and I'm blanking on the other one at the moment. There's two major companies that do all the restocking for the big box retailers.
There's just a lot less. There's a lot less stores out there. Toys R Us is gone.
No, it's not GTS.
There's just less stores in general that are out there. Marvel, Walmart,
Excel, and the other one that is.
Sorry, I'm talking over you. I don't mean.
I love the idea of there being retail boxes because I just like the idea of the hunt. Skindale was talking about hunting toys. That was a lot of fun for me. I haven't done it really since COVID, and I know it may not be easy, but just the thrill of the chase will be fun. The fact that there's going to be a parallel that's only in those retail boxes, the idea of completing that, by going to my store here where I live to get those, that's just sounds like a ton of fun.
Familiar.
Imagine real quick. Imagine walking down a Walmart or a Target aisle, and you're getting close to where you go to check out, and you see a Marvel pack, a blaster pack for $7. How do you not grab it? Right? It's
You mean steal
like
it? You're talking about stealing?
every single one of us, every single one we see, we're gonna. Oh, yeah, 100%. Anything retails, I think it's gonna fly.
Yeah, odds are you won't see it on the show.
No, you're correct. Right.
Depends on which city you're in and where it's at, but yeah.
Yeah, you can find it at some of the smaller stores that get stuff is like Walgreens pharmacies. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I don't know if it's a regional pharmacy, but they have them where I live, and they get sports cards. They get like restocks weekly, and that's kind of a little more of an under the radar type place. Everybody knows Walmart and Target, and not everybody goes to the pharmacy to buy their sports cards, so you can put them in there too.
Where were you geezers getting Impel in the early 90s?
The flea market,
local card shops, and
comic
book shops. Yeah,
comic book shop for me.
Night Flight Comics and Cottonwood Mall and
Walmart.
But it wasn't Walgreens then. It was like called Happy Harry's.
Wally World.
I never bought Impel, but I did get Flare Ultra X-Men from Walmart, and trading cards was like the only thing I can remember stealing as a kid from Walmart. Me and my twin brother had some kind of like little run that we would do to Walmart.
Yeah, I got.
And look, I'm not making any excuses. It was wrong, and I wish we wouldn't have done it, but that's the reality.
No, Justin, I have I told you guys the story? I actually I was at a Shopco, and when I was 9 years old, and I had a pocket full of cards that I had, and as I'm walking out the store, I'm with my parents and my sister. As I'm walking out of the store, I get the security guard stopping me, telling me, like, grabs me by the scuff of my shirt and just says, "You're coming with me." And I learned a big lesson that day. And you have to, I learned you got to keep an eye out.
So Scandal, my dad,
after dark, all the stories come out.
Yeah, my dad made me go back into Walmart.
Limitations on Marvel cards is what I need.
These were Marvel cards. These were indeed Marvel cards. These were series. These were Marvel Universe Series 3, which we can buy for like a penny a pack now. Thanks so much.
Right. Well, my dad made me go back into Walmart and return the cards, and I remember his example. I was like, "Well, Dad, I picked them up off the floor." And he said, "Well, if you saw a pair of socks on the floor, would you pick it up and take it out of the store?" And I was like, "No, Dad." He's like, "Take it back."
My dad was more disappointed that, like, once he saw what I had stolen, that's where his disappointment was.
This is the greatest discussion that's ever happened about Marvel cards ever right now.
Well, so I'll add to this just real quick. I had a best friend with me that collected these cards too. And we actually bought these packs at these comic book shops, right? And then we'd leave. I'd have like 2 or 3 packs that I bought. He'd have like 10. And I'm like, "Wait, you didn't buy that many? Where did you get those?" It's like, "I just got them." I'm like, "Yeah, right. You took them." And he did. He's like, "Yeah, I did."
I just got them. That's funny, man.
Oh, man.
Too funny.
What do we got left in Goldin
somebody's
here?
about to just get Wolverine for $16,000. I don't know if you're watching that at all.
It's 20 grand, but yes.
Yeah, with buyer's premium, it's got a good price on it. It's actually a strong
19.5.
The last one, right?
Is it going to go for that, or is it going to extend again?
I
see Scandal's card.
Still. I think that's good.
I'm not saying anything, Scandal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, isn't that
What's the one on eBay? Is the one on eBay a PSA 8?
Which one is on eBay? Which one's on eBay?
Not your card. Let's see.
What card? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not bidding on anything.
There's a buy account 8 on eBay, I think, for 25, Neo.
BGS 8 or PSA 8?
Whatever one, the one you're talking about. There's one that's up for 25, I think.
Isn't it raw?
My dogs are barking. I'll be right back.
All right.
Isn't the Wolvie blue on eBay? Isn't it raw? That's at the bin.
I don't know. That's why I was asking. I didn't know what the grade was.
I think it's raw because I actually talked to the guy that has it.
There's a raw on there listed for 45,000.
Did he raise it?
Hold on.
He might have raised it.
I don't know. That's just
I can't even pull it up. I'll let you guys do it. It's just going to jack my microphone up even more. So
If it's the same guy that had it earlier, he raised it then. Probably because of this auction.
He must have raised it.
He probably saw the auction and we're like, oh, I'm going to raise it.
he saw us talking about it.
Hey, I just want to thank everybody for helping me out when I sold my and giving me insight and selling my Loki when I had it. So thanks, guys.
The last blue that sold was a BGS 8 on March 14th. So we're talking, almost 3 weeks ago.
So for what?
What did that sell for, Steve?
So for what?
They went for 25,200. 76 bids on Propstein, but I don't know if it was paid for or not.
That's the Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would know because it would be
That
relisted.
sounds
by
about
now.
right. That sounds right.
The last raw copy sold on February 21st for 20,000.
But did you say PSA 825?
That was right before Atlanta. I remember that.
Have you guys talked at all about what's going on with the economy and why that's also possibly impacting Marvel cards?
The economy is in like the new, the world economy.
Yeah, as in the 2-year and the 10-year inverted, which is the number one key sign for a recession. The fact that inflation is at 7%.
You're 100% accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas prices didn't go up.
Yeah. I mean, just, there's a lot going on and there's, I don't know if they buy Marvel cards, but some people are, preparing and planning for that.
You guys, I want to win this card.
It's funny, Justin. We're both in the same business, and you're talking the same language as me, obviously. Talking about inverted yield curves and stuff like that, and inflation, and that's a real thing. And but the thing that people like in the card community, they don't really think about it. It just happens organically. And the next thing you know, they're like, I don't have quite as much money in my wallet as I did. I don't know what happened, but I don't have it.
Well,
And
the reality is money
affects things.
Yeah, money's becoming more expensive. It's not as cheap.
Right.
It's intentional. It's on purpose.
And
and so those things are going to attack the fringes of spending first, like hobbies and trading cards.
But on the other side of the coin, I think that, especially during hyperinflation, a lot of people like to have their money in assets, high-end collectibles and things. And a lot of people who are spending high dollars on these, what we call sports cards or Marvel cards and hobby, they're not looking at it as a hobby as much as they are as an investment and saying, hey, I need to get some of my money tied up into assets during this period of inflation.
But don't you think they have been doing that? Like that's probably part of the run-up?
Could be. But I also look at some of the people who are spending the types of money that, like a Steve Aoki. Is he really affected by inflation to the point where he's going to stop spending on Marvel cards?
No.
I don't think it's appropriate to look at Steve as a reflection of the market.
I don't. But
that's right. Correct. He's not the person you're going to look at that's getting affected by inflation. It's the person that's buying the $500 PMG. It's the person that's buying the $700 card or the $300 card.
But we didn't pull up gold. We didn't pull up Goldin Auction to watch a $500 card sell. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Where I've been talking about demographics all night. Demographic that's affected by inflation and the demographic that's affected by recession.
I agree.
The demographic that we've been talking about, where we're going to see people buying lower end stuff because of budget. These higher end cards, a lot of the people that can afford these aren't affected by recession as much as us or others. I can't speak for you guys, but blue collar, you know what I mean? So
there's other fact. This is a unique recession, unlike the rest of any in history, due to the fact that there's also this new bizarre currency that has entered our market that has definitely unbalanced a lot of the classical means of reserves, like gold reserves. The fact that crypto is creeping up is completely disruptive. and it has made a lot of people exchange large amounts of a lot of money is exchanged a lot of hands that it usually doesn't at the level that it has been. It's different. It's weird. It's a weird thing.
Keep my mouth shut. I'll keep my mouth shut about crypto, but yeah, I'm in there. Yeah, I follow that.
Yeah. Eric, good luck with your sales. He says, "Can you please chat up my red Deadpool?" So, Eric, I want that card, and we've talked about that card. So, I don't know what you're. I'm being very nice here. So,
yeah. Well, Deadpool's a top 5 character. He's got a future in the
top
MCU.
5 character.
He got the sneaky 8.5.
Yeah, and he's got a future in the MCU. He's attached to a character an actor that people adore for the most part, almost universally. So yeah, there you go.
He's Mr. Nice Guy.
Justin knows about the sneaky 8.5s.
Yeah,
He'd be 5 out of top 5 character. He's barely squeaking in at 5.
He's not my top 5, but I think he's in enough people's top 5 that he probably warrants a position.
Yeah. On resale value, he's definitely in the top 5.
Eric, you just need to move your cards. Now's the time. Sell it to me for what I told you to sell it to me for. That's. Yeah, now it's official.
Well, Spider-Man's not even in my top 5, so.
When to go.
Spidey, Wolverine, Venom, Hulk, Deadpool. When Hulk is not in there.
Yeah, you left out Captain America here, man.
It's our Captain America is in the top 5, unfortunately.
It's Miles Morales.
The whole reason that Josh doesn't have Spider-Man in his top 5 is because he knows it's trade value. That's why he's like, I know I can trade.
Well, I didn't. Hey! I didn't say I don't pick up Spider-Man, but he's not in my top 5, so he's a big ability to trade for a Wolvie.
Exactly. You're about to win.
That's fun.
No, you.
That came in last second. That was a sniper. That was counted down on mine. It came in.
I thought I had that. Pew pew.
So okay.
Did it extend again?
You got it. Whoever just bid on that got it. You got it.
So
I'm out.
And me.
29 minutes.
No, I know the years are different.
I'm sure they're watching this, Scandal.
No. It's my okay. Yeah, I'll give you a close up of my pain. Here you go, guys. Whoever did this you get what you paid for.
You gotta hit it one more time, man.
We have 30 minutes to convince them to hit it one more time.
It just got reset to 30 minutes.
Okay. Look at this row of this cabinet.
Wow.
That scared me for a minute.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I know. Look at that, huh?
It's at 36 with power.
Just pull something out of a different cabinet and sell it for $3,000, then you're back in the game.
Think of it as a trade
right now. You got 25 minutes to close a deal on something.
Hey, can we look at Corey's next comment while we're pumping eBay listings?
Corey, while we're pumping eBay listings, let's pump up the PSA 10 Spidey and Wolverine buybacks. I have one up on eBay. LOL.
X-Men Metal.
Justin's more like.
Like, where is that at?
He's PMing him now. He's like,
everybody here is like, what?
Okay, here eBay. eBay needs to wise up and start doing a search for capital I, capital G, in their private messaging. Am I right? Am I right? eBay. I just saved you $2 million a year right there. Capital I, capital G. Don't allow it.
That's why your eBay handle should be the same as your IG handle.
No lie, I saved $1,000 on a card because of that.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so.
So you're against it.
What's that?
3 minutes left on the blue. 3 minutes left on the blue Wolvie. 3 minutes. Is that right? 3 minutes left on the blue Wolvie.
Until it extends again.
I don't know. Has there been a bid?
I don't see no buyback on.
Yeah, but we just saw Scandell get sniped with less than 2 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
So this is sitting at 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
This is
The thing is, we just saw the red 2013 get pushed to 3K, and we saw the blue in an 8.5 BGS go for 7. Now I know this is prior to buyer's premium, but and I know they're different years, but still, doesn't that really seem surprising when you look at 3K for a red to 7K for a green?
Right.
oh, this is the card he wants us to pump for him. I don't pump cards, by the way.
He pulled up his auction. Oh, I saw this card. Yeah, I think I have that on my watch list. 95 metal, right? Yeah.
Hey, at least it's a buyback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
At least someone's not paying $6,000 for a regular metal, which happened last week. Anyway, guys, we still got some stuff here. I feel like I'm done because my card's done. Okay,
there's a minute.
Whoever bought that card, whoever sniped that card, I want to know who it is.
It's the blue Wolverine. 1 minute 35 seconds.
Put the blue Wolvie up. There's a minute 32 left.
All right.
Looks like Captain's with it. Captain's, I got 30 seconds.
Captain's ahead. My cat wants to go eat.
I will say that with the pullback going on with the PMDs that we're kind of seeing, and like I said, it's going to be more of a perceived value from here on out. That there's been strong sales on Vibraniums and Upper Deck Premier. I think those are cards that are people that are simple enough for new people coming in. And we were talking, well, at least you guys were, because I'm not super familiar with the Marvel Masterpiece sets. I think for new people coming into the space again, it's always going to be simplicity and sets that are easy to understand and easy to relate to. So at least at first. So, and even still for myself, some of the Masterpiece sets with there being different tiers as well as serial numbers and colors.
Yeah.
Especially with the tiers, because you can look at a serial number on something and you can basically get an idea of how rare that card is. But when something's tiered or an achievement and things like that, you really have to be educated on it to understand what you're looking at.
Wolverine got extended.
It did.
Steve, you said exactly the right words is about education. It's, once you get educated on it, then that's how you really learn what the rarities are and how special some of these things are. So yeah, that's 100% true what you said.
This is me This is me evil planning my revenge on the guy that bought that card.
All right, did Wolvie?
You still have time. You can still buy it.
No, not for the price that I wanted it.
No, extended bidding, 17,250. No, extended bidding. Yeah.
This is where we get back to conversations that we've had with you got to sell some stuff to buy some stuff sometimes.
Well, I've done
that. Scandal, I have a quick question for you. You don't have to answer, but
sure.
Tomorrow ending is the 2015 PSA 8 blue. Are you going after that one? Because I know you like Doctor Strange, right?
Doctor Strange blue?
Yeah.
No, not going
the
for it.
15, you're not.
So when someone brought up I like focus. I'm focusing my collection. Somebody brought that up earlier. My collection is focusing on 2015 jambalayas. If you have a 2015 jambalaya, please reach out to me. I'd love to buy it. 2013 reds.
Yeah, you asked me on Instagram, so that's what I was kind of thinking maybe.
And then the only exception to that I've made recently was when this one popped up, and I showed this earlier in the feed, but this card I had never seen it before, and when I saw it, I was like,
awesome.
Dang, that's the card I want. And it just like hopped out at me. I was like, this card's sick. And people say there's only 10 of it.
Awesome.
I had never seen that one or the Spidey before. I never saw the Spider-Man either. That one, I never saw that one either. Yeah, that's a really cool card.
Yeah, estimated run of 10. That's crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. So I made an exception to my rule, but I'm trying to stay. And obviously, I bought the box of annual as well. I mean, the case of annual, but I'm trying to just buy what I, complete the sets I want. I do think owning a set is a really good. I think it's a good financial strategy if you want to, keep your
Scandal, you still have that set of X-Men metal? First case
let me see.
you have a case of X-Men?
He has a case of X-Men metal, yeah.
It
always looks bigger in real on the camera. I'm gonna hold it closer so it looks huge.
Oh, look at it! Look, there he is. There he is. X-Men metal case, ladies and gentlemen.
I bought this on. There was one. I got this from China.
Oh, now
Sheriff's
that the
Dungeons
panel's
and Dragons
That's
cards.
awesome.
now that the panel's bigger,
No.
was there anyone here that bought the raw bronze Old Man Logan achievement?
I was looking at it.
What did it sell for?
28, I think 2,800 raw.
That's great.
What's Neo zooming
Why
in
did
on?
Neo's
That's
camera
Scandal
just zoom
case
in
of X-Men
drastically?
metal.
Oh, really?
Your camera zoomed in.
Look
Oh, back there.
out, let's
Yeah,
go.
put me on the big screen, Scandal.
Yeah,
Sure.
what's that? Let me see.
1 second.
That's what's in this case of X-Men metal cards.
That's not true.
Oh, I love that.
Not true.
I just noticed that there.
That's
That's
quite the
good, Neo.
display.
That's funny.
Man, that sitting looks good.
You know that's going to be the last thought that goes in my mind before my mind goes to rest tonight.
That'll be the thought that goes in your head if you ever take a knife to that stop tape.
No, that's already proved to be. I mean, I bought that case for 3,900, I think. So that proved to be already it doubled, I guess.
Yeah, what Cleveland in the 3 spot? Where you guys at in the playoffs? 3 spot?
No, they got to win tomorrow to get the 7 seed.
Don't worry, guys. Okay, a lot of comments coming in. They say I should mute the sports talk, and you guys should. What does this say? You should get your own channel where you discuss sports with balls.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about either.
It's a joke.
It was joking.
Joke.
Oh. I'm like looking at the comments going, what in the world are you looking at?
See, that's what we get when we talk about Marvel on other people's podcasts.
Yeah, this is the reverse.
Yeah. Reverse.
This is like me and Steve talking Marvel on Dakota's Friday night
all-
stream.
Right.
Well, that's one of my favorite things to watch. When you guys keep bringing it up, and he's just kind of like closes his eyes and cringes.
Yeah, he ended to stream on Friday while we brought it up right at the very end.
Yeah, we started talking about it. Like, oh, no,
Somebody even gave Card Boss a bunch of crap lately saying, are you just a Marvel channel now? Hey, man, it is what it is.
Man, my biggest letdown of the day was there was supposed to be a mid-state Comic Con, is what it's called, and it was at the casino where I work.
Oh, that didn't happen?
I took my Marvel cards. I was like, man, I'm going to find some deals. Some people are going to have some Marvel cards here that they don't really know that much about. And I got there and it was canceled.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
That's a bummer. Sorry, Steve.
They rescheduled it, but I was just kind of like, man, I was ready to go.
Right.
I even filmed the intro for a YouTube video.
They went full PSA shutdown on you.
I got there. There was like some high school FFA banquet going on. I was like, I'm in the wrong.
Well, Captain America
You
ended,
didn't
right?
vlog that.
Yeah.
Captain America ended officially. Did you guys already mention that? 22 grand.
22-2. 22-2.
What's left? Just the Wolvie?
And the Red Strange.
Yeah, it's the Wolvie, Red Strange, and the
2,000 for a blue PSA 8 cap. That
It's funny. I mean, I don't know if y'all talked about this, but like these are the prices we were seeing last October, early November. Like
not for 6s and 7 PMGs. They were ungraded raws, but yes.
Yeah, ungraded raws is what I'm talking about. But these are trash grades for the most part.
These are trash grades. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these
Right.
these cards were the third or fourth that these big buyers who were buying like full people's collections got terrible grades, and they're trying to reset the market more than likely. It's like today we did a bunch of work in the yard, and I'm like all cut up from it. We were like hedging, and some stuff we like cut all the way back to the root because it's healthy. Like we need a reset.
Mhm.
The market needs it. It's good.
Right.
I brought up this point yesterday. Anytime a new premium Marvel card, just one single premium Marvel card ends up on the shelf of a collector, that's great for everybody, because you know that one soon splits to 2, and that 2 soon splits to 4, and that 4 soon splits to 8 cards. Like it's pretty, once you get one in hand, you want more.
Well, think about what's left as far as the bidding goes. It's the blue Wolverine, the red Doctor Strange. I mean, those are the good cards. Those are the ones that are left up there still. The Jambalaya Venom.
I thought the gold. I thought the gold Red Skull and the gold Doc Ock ended.
Those ended early.
Those ended prematurely.
Yeah.
What did the Red Skull end at?
15, I think. I'm gonna look right now. Red Skull. Yeah, he ended early.
It was like, I want to say 17. One of them was 17, and one was like 12, something like that.
Golly,
ones.
He ended so much earlier than the rest of these. Yep, he ended at 16.8.
There it is.
And then Doc Ock ended at 14, like way early in the evening.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what did that blue bullseye go for?
Sorry, say that again.
I didn't mean. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Oh, Daniel, say it again. I just didn't hear you. Say it again.
The blue bullseye.
Oh,
yeah, right there by.
It's a PSA 6, and it went for 1,200, and I think, that's a nice looking 6. I gotta say, look at that.
My raw sold more than that.
Yeah.
These PSA
that was my point earlier. Like, if you have that good looking of a 6, why are you selling it in a slab on an auction house? Why aren't you cracking it and just selling it raw? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I do not know that, because this would have gotten more for sure.
Yeah,
2015 blues are hitting around $2,500 to $4,500 depending on the card.
Right.
I mean, I know a 2015 blue Thor and a PSA 6 just did 4,600.
Yeah,
in a 6.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. Between the gold Red Skull and the gold Doc Ock, both one of ones, what would you rather have? Personally, I'm going with the Doc Ock. But what do you got?
No way, Red Skull.
Red Skull.
Dude, this art is sick, man. This is the greatest.
Oh,
this will be the greatest.
It's just
Red Skull PMG of all time.
Love it.
Yeah,
amazing.
No, I agree with you. I'm just character versus character. I'm gonna take a Doc Ock over the Red Skull, but yeah, the art is amazing.
Makes me wanna submit my error card that I have from Marvel Universe 2. It's a Spider-Man on the front and Red Skull on the back.
Also, don't forget that that is the second one of one gold Doc Ock PMG.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. That's true.
I'll show it to you later, Daniel.
Hell yeah.
This one, I think the fact that it doesn't look gold in the picture, that would have pissed me off.
No, the scan is a little wonky. It looks white. Yeah.
Yeah, this would have
looks like a pattern.
Yeah, I agree. The scan's a little wonky.
Didn't Swami had a what was it, a raw Dr. Octopus that sold for like $14,000 green. That sold probably about 3 weeks ago.
It was a couple months ago. Yeah, a couple months ago. It went really
not months. It was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different card then.
That was Swami, wasn't it?
Well, he had a question about the Old Man Logan sale.
Where?
I completely missed that. I don't know how I missed that coming up on eBay.
I saw it, but I didn't track it.
I saw it. Yeah, same thing. I saw it, but I didn't track it.
It was listed pretty high. I think that's why. Like it didn't start at $1. It started like at $12,000.
What?
From what I remember.
No, it wasn't that high.
No, not the Old Man Logan. It ended at $2,750 on April 6th.
The bronze?
The achievement card.
Yeah. I saw it when it was at like 1,200.
Yeah. It went for $27.50. April 6th it ended.
I looked at it.
I mean, it was raw. It was raw, correct, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you get your copy of that yet, Spidey? I know you wanted one.
Which one?
The Old Man Logan.
I just have the base. I don't have any of the number or the PMGs.
Yeah.
I have a copy.
We know you have it there.
Justin has the one of one, though. Justin has the one of one, Old Man Logan.
I have the Amish sketch. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool one right there.
I like it.
Nobody likes Falcon. I
love Falcon.
I thought this card would be so easy to move because of the TV show, and it's like everybody I take it up
till the
to.
movie comes. Wait till when Captain America comes out again. That'll be a bigger deal, I think.
Has Moon Knight stuff spiked based off the show so far, or no?
No.
Yes.
No.
It's the stuff that I have.
Based on the trailer, but not based on the show.
It was pre the show that it spiked, but I don't know about now.
That's my hot take on this, is that there's no more.
I have seen
no more wait till
sales
the
in the
movie
last-
comes out. The wait till the movie comes out stuff we're done. It's all done.
No, I sold a Moon Knight Vibranium refined in Atlanta, and I obtained another one since then, and I sold one at Chantilly, which was last Sunday.
Yes, and I've seen I've seen Moon Knight sales in the last 5 days that have been
that one for more
very good. Yeah.
If it's not an obscure character, I mean, I'm not saying Moon Knight's obscure, but he actually is, classically obscure. But if it's not an obscure character like that that's getting a new show, if it's just like, oh, they're doing something new with Thor or Doctor Strange or Scarlet Witch, these characters are already premiumed, and they're not going to. The boosting is going to be much minimum compared to what's been done in the past. These characters are all the entire market: comics, collectibles, toys, cards. It's all already up here because of the MCU. There's no more like little boosts.
I'm going to say something slightly controversial. I think that Moon Knight is going to be the next Iron Man, and here's why I'm saying that. Just listen a second. I'm just talking I'm talking popularity.
Now you can go. Now share your comment.
I'm just talking about popularity.
Kent's on the Twilight Zone.
No. Okay, Josh. It's not Wolverine. I'm sorry. So they're tackling some very, very sensitive subjects in this show. Mental illness being a large part of it, and they're tackling it in a good way, and it's going to attract a very large audience as far as how this character is portrayed and what happens with this character going forward. And I think this isn't going to be just a Disney Plus character. This is going to make it to the MCU, and it's going to be a major character. So that's why I'm making the Iron Man kind of parallel as far as popularity. I think it will end up, I think it will end up years from now being a pretty significant, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think
I'm just going to say this.
That's mine.
I have one follow-up. It's genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist versus crazy guy. Is that what you're saying? That's what you're saying here?
He's all of those things. But he is also all of those things. He's a billionaire philanthropist. He's going to be all of those things in one guy.
I'd love to give a response to that. I think for a Marvel character to be that popular like Iron Man, the character has to be transcendent or relatable. And I think that Moon Knight's going to be fun and he's going to have a significant place. But I don't think the masses, the populace, are going to find him relatable. And I'm not sure he's going to be that transcendent. He's not going to be Spider-Man, and he's not going to be Iron Man. And Iron Man was transcendent in large part because they casted him so well.
Yeah.
Can I throw something out?
Sure.
So just with Moon Knight, I love Moon Knight. Let's just talk about that, right? I love Moon Knight, but I think that Moon Knight is the Marvel Batman. I just do.
Yeah, the characters are similar.
So I think Batman, he's not huge. People love him. He kind of is, but he's not Spider-Man. But I think Moon Knight is going to have an effect, and he's similar. Like my wife even really is not a Marvel or a comic person, but she's all like, so he's kind of like Batman, and I'm like,
nope.
Isn't Morbius the Marvel Batman? I'm just kidding.
Nope. I love all of this, but no.
I think more people are going to relate to Moon Knight than you think. I think more people are going to relate to Moon Knight than you think that they will.
I do want to support Ken.
Pretty epic.
Viking Sword has your back, Ken.
I'm not looking for support, man. I'm just telling you my opinion.
Daniel wants to say something.
Daniel, you're in. You got it.
So bad. So Moon Knight is going to get on the same tier as the character of Blade, where Blade is a mainstream character. He's going to reach that same level, much like how Daredevil and Luke Cage, they have that underground vibe to them, a lot like what they did with the Netflix series. He's going to pertain to that fan base. So the people that like darker and gritty, they're going to appreciate Moon Knight. 6 months from now, we'll have the same conversation, and we'll see where it goes from there, because that's what's going to ultimately tell you is what's going to happen after the series is over with.
And Danny, to your point, Blade did well as a movie for the first one, right? Did well enough.
Yeah, the first two movies are great, and it created a huge fan base. And that's just where it's going to be. I don't see Moon Knight becoming a tier 1 character.
Well, it's like
or really even like low end tier 2, maybe top tier 3 is where that character is going to remain. I don't see Moon Knight ever topping Daredevil.
Not with Oscar Isaac there too. No, he can't do it. Nope, not bringing it. Sorry.
I mean, I don't.
Robert Downey Jr. versus
he's
Oscar Isaac.
He's doing well, I think.
He's doing great. And like, even using your example, Josh, where you and your wife are watching it and she's ended that show, that's exactly what you want as a Marvel fan. You want to have a character that you can sit down and watch a show with your wife, like WandaVision, right? So when WandaVision came out, my wife was into that more than I was.
Same.
So I enjoy having that relatability where it's just like, hey, I'm really excited for this new series coming out, and they are equally as excited to enjoy that experience.
Moon Knight, can I share one thing on it? Like Moon Knight, for him to have even captured the Deadpool group or the Blade group, it had to have been a little bit more adult themed, a little bit more bloody, a little bit more raw and vicious. And right now we're hitting on end of episode 2, and they haven't answered the question of why the hell is this happening. You watch 30 minutes into Iron Man 1 and you know exactly why he's doing what he's doing. And Moon Knight, they're already taking that route where everybody's a little confused on what's going on. And I know that's intentional, but it's also somewhat just not as satisfying. Like there's no real driven purpose to what's going on. It's just a bunch of action. And that's never going to compare to Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man 1. Like Robert Downey Jr.
This is the one thing that I would ask you. So 6 years from now, when you haven't seen Robert Downey Jr. in a Marvel movie, but you've seen Oscar Isaac and Moon Knight in multiple movies, is your opinion going to be different then?
Do you want to wager if Oscar Isaac's going to be in a movie?
No. I'm just throwing a hypothetical out.
Because I'd take that bet too.
Like, yeah. Well,
I'll take that wager.
I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see. I'm not saying it's going to be Oscar Isaac, but I'm just saying I think you're going to see. This isn't the only thing you're going to see Moon Knight in.
No, Marvel's building that genre, that horror genre, just like they did back in the day with the comic books when they wanted to go a little darker and they started a Dracula comic book. Yes, Dracula's part of Marvel for people who don't know. And Blade was introduced in Dracula 10? I can't remember. And then you have Werewolf by Night, where Moon Knight was brought in. I can't remember the exact issue anymore. My comic knowledge is slipping me, but was it 32? Okay, so he's helping me out up there. But I do have a comic base. I'm a comic book collector, but I used to collect comic books way back. So I know where a lot of these characters originated from and Marvel's intentions. And they're doing that now with Black Knight, with Kit Harington, with Blade. Yep. And you're going to go with a different genre than your Avengers. You're going to have a darker team. And I think that Moon Knight's going to be part of that. And you are going to see him in that. Now, people are going to if you like Marvel, you kind of like everything in Marvel. You just like some stuff better than you like other stuff. I don't think there's anything that you say, I hate that or dislike that. I just like this better than I like this. You know, I have my favorites and I have others that I just like. So I think that we are going to see Moon Knight. He is going to have some longevity. Now, it's not going to be like the Avengers, you know, and I don't think it's going to be like the whole way that they're going with Doctor Strange and Wanda and the Illuminati and things that we're probably going to see. But I do think that there's going to they'll tie everything together somehow. But
don't be too quick. Lightning in a bottle does not happen. I mean, that's not the right term. My analogy sucks. I'm sorry, but to say that what happened with the phase 1, 2, 3, 4 for Avengers was so special and so uncapturable again. Like, they are not going to be able to do that again. This will never happen again under the helm of Disney. It's already you have thousands of people outside of Disney headquarters this week picketing because of Disney. Like, Disney is becoming a monster, and it's not just about the quality of the films. It's about the agendas behind the films. It's about the fact that there's a lot of stigmas right now. Everything's been slightly politicized. And also, it's just not the company that it used to be. Even, you know, let's not forget that Disney did not launch the MCU. Disney did not launch the MCU. Marvel
Disney's
on their own.
Disney.
Iron Man, Thor, on their own. And then Disney bought it because they said, oh, so they buy things that work. They can't make things that work. They break things.
But they're going to continue to put out anything that makes them money. They're a business, just like PSA. They're going to do whatever is going to make them money.
They're
going to show us characters we've never seen. Unless you're a comic book person, you've seen these characters. Like, my wife likes the Moon Knight show. She does. I had to tell her who Moon Knight was.
But that's not the Moon Knight that a lot of like hardcore fans actually like.
So but it's new people are getting introduced to, and when we and you can even relate this to Marvel cards, and you talk about how the Marvel card market has been growing. You think it's been growing because all of a sudden people have started reading comic books, or do you think it's growing because people are watching these series and these TV shows and movies that are being put out by Disney?
Nope.
So you think people are going back and buying old issues of comics?
That's the positive side of the coin. The negative side of the coin is that we all miss the MCU, and we're all sad that Endgame ended and it's over, and everybody wants a piece of it at their home, and that's why people are out there buying stuff.
Not with Spider-Man No Way Home.
Run by Sony and written by Sony and managed by Sony. Yeah.
It was still the MCU character that let it off, though, and the most popular.
Oh, sorry.
No, right before this live stream started, did you guys see where they announced that Namor is going to be the villain for Black Panther 2, and he's been cast?
We knew Namor was going to be in Black Panther 2. I don't know about the villain part.
It's primary antagonist.
Follows the comic books.
Yeah, I'm calling it. He's an individual of he's. I'd imagine that he's. I'm going to be very. I did not hear this, and I'm looking now, so I'm not going to say I'm not going to say what I wanted to say, but
Kent's right now. Kent's on eBay buying all the Namors.
all the Namor cards.
I've already done that, Josh. I've already done that.
Okay.
Well, all I'm going to say is it's a missed opportunity to not cast Luke Evans as Namor, because that dude was built for that role.
Is he a man of color?
He's tan. And that's all you need.
Didn't he play Dracula in some movie?
He did, and I think it was Dracula Untold.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Dracula Unbound, and I'm just excited about Monday. One of the two.
Well, it appears to me that they're building, obviously, towards Fantastic Four and then ultimately the Secret Wars.
Oh, shoot. I got this comment stuck there. I can't get it off. That's so weird.
That's great points.
Swami, yes, Christian Bale's gore. That's going to be epic.
I don't know if it is now because the Marvel Legends action figure released and it looks pretty terrible.
Yeah.
So, question about Moon Knight, right? We all kind of want to maybe tie this in with cards, right? Maybe not. But what I wanted to kind of add to this Moon Knight thing is, to point out the video that Justin was on with Lootbox, man, like Juice loves Moon Knight, and I would say that any guy that is new to Marvel, if he sees Moon Knight and he's a card collector, he's gonna see this Moon Knight and he's gonna be like, "Oh man, a new Moon Knight card, that's so cool," type of thing. So, I still really strongly feel that it's still gonna affect some cards when there's popularity with the Moon Knight. And if Scandell says no, then
define popularity.
Meaning that because it's cool right now and Moon Knight is going on into the series right now and people are getting into Marvel cards, they're like, "Oh, there's a Moon Knight card. Let me pick that up." Because they're going to see it. I don't know. What do you think, Neil?
Is it cool right now? Is it cool right now? That's my. I mean, I'm just going to keep pushing.
Yeah.
Well, like, I was trying to give an example about how I saw the exact same card a week ago. You don't have to big screen me, but I saw the exact same card Sunday, so less than a week ago.
For more than the one at Atlanta.
In Atlanta, and this is after the first episode of Moon Knight coming out. And it goes with sports too. It goes with anything. When something's trending or has the spotlight on it, it's brought to the forefront. I don't think it was, it wasn't just coincidence that Marvel cards and Spider-Man cards took off right after the No Way Home movie. It's no coincidence that Doctor Strange stuff started really spiking once he was seen in the last Spider-Man movie. It happened with him being seen in the movie. It has nothing to do with the fact that he has a movie coming up. Because the prices, we all know the prices. Now, that's across the Marvel market in general as well. So it's multiple things. It's not just the fact that he was on the big screen. But it happens in sports, in the off season. Cards of the sports that aren't being played aren't very popular and don't see the prices that they see during the season, the build up to the season and into the season, because there's just no hype around it. Right now, and a lot of people aren't buying football cards. People are buying baseball cards because the season just started. People are buying NBA cards because the playoffs are about to start. So whenever the spotlight is on something, it brings it to everyone's attention. And yeah, the Moon Knight cards will cool off and they'll heat up, and they'll cool off and they'll heat up based on if he keeps appearing or not. And then you'll just have the true fans that buy him regardless. So, the take, just like fans who buy the people that they like in sports regardless. I buy Dan Marino. He's retired. I buy his stuff regardless because he's on my favorite team, my favorite player. And he's not in the news ever. He's retired. But other sports cards that I tried to profit off of, I move within the seasons. And you can also relate that because you can relate it to comic books where it happens with comic books as well. But I even think it's more so affected in cards than it is comics. Now, in the comic books, it is kind of trailer drop, like Scandell said about the buildup is bigger than the, sell the news, not the whatever, the saying. In comic books, it's kind of like the buildup, the trailer drops, the comic book spike, then the movie comes out and it loses interest. What I've noticed with the Marvel cards is they still hold the interest throughout the movies.
Well, and to add to that, just to real quick, is when we're wanting to bring more sports guys into the hobby, into Marvel, let's say, bring more of the sports guys in. That's one thing they say is, where should I start? Type of thing. Well, if they're thinking about it, like logically, a Moon Knight card, picking one up might be good, or picking up a new product, pulling a new Moon Knight card, maybe grading it. Like, I'm just saying that if we're bringing more sports guys in, we need to kind of show, hey, there's facts behind this type of stuff, that we could do this, and what you just said, where it kind of fluctuates sometimes with the show. I think there's a market out there for Marvel cards, and that's what we're trying to do, is teach that, right?
I would probably say it differently. I think I would say that the goal is to let sports card collectors know they're welcomed. Not that we got to bring them in, but just let them know they're welcome and kind of let the cards do the work from there. I think that anytime a character lives in that spec realm, you got to be really careful. And Moon Knight right now, I think, lives in that spec type realm.
Yes.
He's not in that Spider-Man, Captain America, Wolverine, Deadpool, Venom, where they just are. The movie could do the movie could flop and it doesn't matter. People still love them.
The show.
And yeah,
He's not a goat. He's not a goat.
The mediocrely budgeted television series. That's what we're talking about here.
And so, you know, but I mean, people love to spec. Heck, I'd like to buy low and sell high. If it happens, great, whatever. But I don't know that I don't know this up to kind of us Marvel car people to convince people to come in because they might
100%
be able to make money off of these new developing characters.
But hasn't Moon Knight? I mean, I'm going to talk from a comic book standpoint anyway. Hasn't Moon Knight already kind of been spec'd on? Because he wasn't original character. He wasn't written to be his own character, right? To be his own standalone comic book. Yeah. He was written to be as kind of like a guest appearance in Werewolf by Night, and then he was actually written out by Marvel, correct? And then the people demanded him back, kind of like Boba Fett in Star Wars, where he was written into the story and killed off, and then the people demanded him back because they just loved the character. And so that's kind of like where I see where he's already kind of passed the test of can he have longevity in a collectibles market.
And that's kind of where I was saying as far as the spec part goes, and I know it is spec, but I think with the popularity of the character, how cool he is, how he looks, how he acts, the different, personalities, and if that's a thing that people will latch onto, and the darkness of the show, I think there's some real meat there, and I think they'll go for it. I don't think that, like I said, I don't think Disney Plus is going to be the only place.
Yeah, you're using words like popularity, and I'm going to challenge that, just like I challenged it when Josh said it. I don't think that's proven that he's popular at all.
Okay, okay. We'll discuss it.
I didn't say really popular. It's like more trending aspect of it. It's trending.
Okay.
And I've used this example when it comes to comic books frequently because I'll have people say, what comic book should I get? And the go-to that I always say is go to Walmart, go to Target, and go to Hot Topic, see what characters are on a t-shirt. Because the characters that are on merchandising are the characters that they're investing in heavily. So you've got Miles, you always have Carnage, you'll always have Venom, Spider-Man, Wolverine. Those are going to be your staples across the brand. And then it'll be the same thing. You'll have Moon Knight t-shirts, you'll have Daredevil t-shirts, because that's relevant to the brand at that time. But you got to look at it in a longevity process.
You also have to look at the clearance rack aspect of that too. Even though they make them, doesn't mean people are buying them. And they're going to, especially for things like t-shirts that have low buy-in and low manufacturing costs, they're going to make them, but that doesn't mean they buy them. So Off-White Tim, No Way Home was distributed by Sony, not written and directed. Didn't the folks at Marvel Studios produce it? So this is where I don't want to correct you or anything, but they want you to think. They want you to think that. Sony wants you to think that this is from Feige. They want you to think this is from the team. They definitely partner with them. This is an Amy Pascal production, not a Kevin Feige production. She has complete control over at Sony of the Spider-Man films. She's the one that pushed for having, after the multiverse of Spider-Verse hit so well in the animated series, she's the one that pushed for getting and making more relevant previous Sony franchises, being Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. This is yes, they partner with Marvel, but it is controlled, written, and envisioned by Sony and their interests. Not and it's in Sony's best interest to also have you think that it's from Disney, and that have you think that it's from Marvel and Kevin Feige, and it's all part of this bigger picture thing. It is not.
On the top, while we're having this MCU discussion, how do you think it's going to affect cards like, say, what was it, the Black Diamond, where you had solely MCU cards and you would have numbered cards from the actors and signed cards? Since we're about to get a new series with that, do you think that's going to have a bigger impact than the previous sets?
Allure is going to be big, I think. Yeah.
Autograph things are interesting, right? Because you can buy vintage actors and celebrities from the 60s and 70s and 80s that somewhat has been still signing products and getting put on actually these new releases. You guys have all seen those cards that get pumped right now, like those, I don't know what they're called, like, stars of the 80s, and all of a sudden like they're releasing boxes of this stuff, and it has all your Saved by the Bell characters and all of your like all these like contemporary personalities that sign this cardboard. And
Well,
I finish once? I'm going to finish.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'm going to wrap it up really quick. But my point is, I think there's always a premium on things that were signed in the moment of it being popular versus things that are signed by old man Harrison Ford. That's just not. You can shake your head all you want. That's the fact. Like you look at like cards from like Harrison Ford's signatures and autographs that were actually proven to be signed by him during filming of films are worth more than ones that he signs just reluctantly as an angry old man.
Hey, just real quick, I gotta go. But did the Wolvie end? Neo said something about
it did. I think it went 20,000.
What did it end at?
20,200, I think.
20K with buyer's premium.
With buyer's premium.
That's a little light.
I think it's about right. Don't you think? No,
it's less than what the last one sold for.
Yeah,
really.
And the last one was an 8, not an 8.5.
Thanks for the chat, guys. We'll see you later.
You're the best.
See you, Josh.
Good, bud.
Moonlight will be tier 1.
I will say the new Star Wars Topps Chrome products that Harrison Ford has signed on, that stuff is expensive.
It is expensive. Yeah, it is expensive for sure.
Yeah.
Seems like it's had a run up here recently.
Character, and I can't get an auto for him because they're too expensive.
I saw where a Captain America with an inscription, Avengers Assemble, I think numbered to 23.25, sold for $42.50 in the Marvel card group.
Yeah, no, these things sell for tons.
And there was someone else who was interested in it.
I think that Rittenhouse Robert Downey Jr. card will be special forever.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it came out the year he made Iron Man 1.
And he doesn't sign much anymore. And then it's on card and was pack pulled. It's got all the makings of it.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. Off-white Tim. Yep. You guys, it has to be late for you guys. It's late for me, and I'm in Utah. Valor, where are you at? Daniel, where are you at?
Oh, I'm in West Monroe, Louisiana with Justin.
Oh man,
it's my bud.
He's right around the corner. Daggone.
Hey, I've got Daniel. What do we got? 7 guys locally now collecting Marvel cards on a regular basis.
Almost our whole fantasy football team collects Marvel cards now.
We're having a blast.
I'm in that league this year right now. I'm telling you.
You want to lose money?
Yeah, 100%. I'll donate. I will donate all day long. Let's go.
We ought to just do a Marvel card fantasy football league.
How cool would that be?
But I want in that one. I want in the West Monroe one. I want in that one.
Keith says, I agree with Keith that I think Scarlet Witch. I think she's probably the most intriguing character going forward at this point, like as far as possibilities go.
Well, I mean, look, they've already signed her. She has major roles going forward and into X-Men. So I agree.
I think her and I think Strange will too. Both of them. I think both of them maintain very prominent.
I think people are sleeping. Thor is about to blow everybody's mind.
Who?
Thor?
Yep.
Chris Hemsworth.
Thor Love and Thunder. I think when Thor Love and Thunder comes out, it's going to blow everybody's mind.
I think Thor might die.
He's going to exit.
Yeah, and then it's going to transfer to another Thor, and the whole thing, like it's in Gore the God Butcher. It's like it's going to be epic. I think.
No, it'll be good.
That's my prediction.
But
watch out for Thor.
It's greatly known. You can say Ray is a subject of this, but it's hard to, again, spin up the magic with a different person, and it's like Daisy is not a Mark Hamill, and that's.
Here, you just pulled that card on your little pack opening, Justin.
Yes, it's a wonderful card. Yeah, and I think Thor, Chris Hemsworth's a great Thor. I really do. But he's got like 14 movies under his belt. He's kind of is what he is. I think Jane Foster has a nice run.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, right? What happens here?
Yeah, I mean,
wait till they cast Keanu Reeves as Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider is going to be that actually when we were talking Marvel Knights earlier. And look, somebody said Disney's not going dark. Well, they kind of are, and they're building towards that. I mean, that's why they now have you can now have a parental setting and get 2 different versions of Disney Plus now because they're putting R-rated movies on it. So I do think they go a little darker, and the Marvel Knights will be a part of that.
And I'm not a big fan of like the blood stuff, but I look at Moon Knight and I still feel like something's missing. I still feel like it feels a little soft. Like I mean, compare that to like the Netflix Daredevil series. Like it could have been a lot more raw, and I think it would have not quite to Deadpool level of gross and gore, but just something where the stakes are higher. It feels very mild.
Disney Plus, man. What are you gonna do?
They tried to raise the stakes in the first episode by that lady, being judged and dying, but it just hasn't really set the stage.
Well, you're not gonna see blood and gore, right?
Well, you saw in Falcon Winter Soldier where that he took the Cap's shield and beat that dude to death up against the fountain.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty graphic.
I like that.
Yeah. I couldn't get past him breaking glass into his like sandals and walking on that shit.
Oh yeah, that was a rough first scene.
It makes me cringe just thinking about it. They didn't show any blood or anything, but damn, just imagine.
We needed a Steve going to the ocean with glass in his sandals.
Actually, right now the Ethan Hawke
interesting, Keith.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. That's been a surprise for me.
Secret Invasion is the new build-up, but
yeah, oh yeah, it definitely is. It's already cast.
Yes, that is correct. 10 rookies are speculated. Well, guys, it's getting late, and I feel like we
Well, we killed the auction, so the Wolvie went for 20,000, which is up. That's pretty solid. I mean,
Viking. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you think this, but like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's true. It's correct.
What are you talking about?
I think what he may mean was when it came out, Iron Man wasn't considered a top tier character.
Right.
That's accurate.
100%.
I think that's what he means by that comment.
Not the film, not the success of the film, but Iron Man as a character was not considered well known. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we talked. Yeah, that's how it was. We've talked about this. Captain America was kind of like we all thought he was a kind of a big dorky guy wearing an American outfit, and it made no sense. And that was our childhood depiction of him, and it didn't really. I mean, we're all kind of relatively the same age to some degree, and
Captain America the sometimes Avengers showed up in our X-Men and Spider-Man books.
Exactly. The Avengers were like, huh, and the X-Men were where it was at, and that's kind of that's our age group.
That's why I always thought if Disney had X-Men, that would have been the story they did first. It would have came way before it. Because I remember growing up collecting comic books, it was more X-Men, and I was never an Iron Man fan in the comic books. I actually didn't start liking Iron Man until the movies.
But Iron Man was made for TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to talk about the future of the MCU with the reality of Star Wars under the control of Disney, though. That's the looming elephant in the room, is that can this corporation make fresh counterculture? And that's
where would you rank Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, right now as a Star Wars character?
What do you mean? Where?
Which character did you say, Justin?
Din Djarin, the Mandalorian. I mean, is he not a top 5 Star Wars character now?
I mean, him and Grogu are probably both in the top 5.
He's above Jango Fett.
No,
by a mile.
Disney made that. And I don't like everything they put out for Star Wars. Don't hear me say that. But
He's not above Boba Fett, but he's above.
There is a bright light there, in my opinion. And
I would argue after the Boba Fett show, Din might have jumped Boba Fett.
So that's true. I'm acknowledge that you're totally right.
Yeah.
But that was definitely, and it has been told. Rumors. You can believe rumors, whatever you hear, but that was not supposed to have happened. That was not by design, by the corporation, by Kathleen Kennedy, by the group that runs Lucasfilm. This is an outlier to the recipes that they want to make. And that's, it's great that they got Jon Favreau, which is, that's number one good choice there. So, but people like Jon Favreau are not getting brought in across the board to write and direct projects.
You're saying he's not representative of the full scope of Disney's projects.
Experienced, talented writers and directors are not being looked to write current Disney content.
So how do you think Kenobi's going to go?
I think Kenobi's going to go well, personally. I think it's going to be very similar to how the Jango Fett series went.
You're bringing good points.
Not Jango Fett. I'm sorry. The Mandalorian went.
Ewan McGregor's that's to me that's the
correct. Yeah.
Ewan McGregor's the fly in the ointment on my reasoning for dissing that show, because he never hit the potential that we all wanted him to hit as far as the writing goes behind his character. So if they have to deliver on Obi-Wan, then everybody's going to be more than satisfied with what they do with that character. Because he was always just he was the best part of all three films, hands down. He's the only character you can look at all those films and be like, that actor and the way he's written is actually on point most of the time. And everybody else is
Jar Jar Binks. I mean, Jar Jar.
Everybody else, every other character's crashing and burning, and Obi-Wan's just kind of there, what are we doing, guys? Let's pull this together. We got to make a movie here, But yeah, I do. That's why I do think you might be right there, but I don't know. Again, I don't know. We'll have to see. They're gonna mess it up. I mean, we saw Boba Fett. Geez.
Rogue One's pretty goddamn good. That was all.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next point. Was Rogue One was really good as well.
Rogue One's amazing.
Yeah.
You see us trending again?
I thought they did some stuff with Boba Fett really good, and then I thought some stuff was just really bad.
Two of the best Mandalorian episodes ever was in Boba Fett.
Well, I think it's
100%. For sure. Yeah.
Rogue One to me is an untouchable Star Wars movie.
We all can agree that's not my Boba Fett. That should be a hashtag. It's just not. It's not our Boba Fett. I don't.
The whole story with him and the Tusken Raiders. I thought that was really good and really well told, because not only did it add to his character and what happened after he crawled out of the pit and things like that, but it also added to the Tusken Raiders, who people that was a tribe or people that we saw as just kind of being nuisances and hated and stuff. And then all of a sudden you actually have this fondness and this likingness for him because you understand.
True. They set up some good stuff with them, but then they just kind of brushed them aside, and they just ended. They didn't even show what happened.
But they made you care about them. I mean, if you grew up on Star Wars, you hated the Tusken Raiders. They were just like a nuisance. Right. They were depicted as being very weak and, as just scrubs.
Animalistic.
They also laid that groundwork in Mandalorian, though. They laid that groundwork in the Mandalorian show, caring about the Tuskens too. Don't forget, because you saw the Mando work with the Tuskens to take down the Krayt Dragon.
Right. Correct.
You remember that? Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, it was so groundbreaking. It was forgettable.
It was the first. It was the first episode of season 2.
Were those Tuskens? Those weren't Tuskens.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Those weren't
Tuskens. Teamed up with the band of Tusken Raiders.
They teamed up.
Yeah,
they used the bantha as bait.
Yes.
Yeah, but they still didn't really go into them and because it wasn't even a show about the Tusken Raiders, but you came out of the Boba Fett, those episodes, caring about the Tusken Raiders. So they kind of developed their story a little bit too, and they don't need to go any further with it, but they just give somebody as a long Star Wars fan like myself.
All right.
And I don't put Mando in my top 5. I like The Mandalorian, but I'm too old school Star Wars to already say, okay, Mando is in my
That's why I
top.
was
Question.
Steve, that's why I was saying Boba Fett is still here and Mandalorian
Was
isn't. But
was Boba Fett the character elevated by that series? Yes or no? And I want Daniel to answer first. One answer, one word.
I can't answer that.
What do you mean? Did you not see it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Kent, what do you think? Was he elevated?
no, not at all.
No.
But he doesn't. The thing is, he doesn't need to be elevated. He's
No. Yes or no? No. Yes or no? And Justin?
No.
Justin, what about you? Yes or no?
Yes, more people know who he is. I'm just kidding. No, he wasn't.
No. Okay. As you can tell, I'm bullying you into get the answer. I know what I'm doing here. Rob, what do you think?
I think that he was. Oh, I'm sorry.
Steve,
I honestly think that he was. If you're only a watcher of the Star Wars movies and you don't read books or comics, I think that he was elevated by the TV show, because the last we saw of him, he looks like a clumsy bounty hunter defeated by a blind Han Solo and dumped into a pit. You know what I mean?
The last we saw him, he was whooping ass on The Mandalorian season 2.
Yeah, we're talking about them bringing him back.
Neo, quit using season 2 against Steve.
Yeah, would the show have been better if Boba Fett crawls out of the Sarlacc pit, gets into his ship, partners up with 2 or 3 other kick-ass bounty
hunters? Could have been better.
And just starts bounty hunting the heck out of the galaxy. That
Honestly,
would have been a better show.
The last episode.
Oh no, you're right. It could have been way better, but it
How
did.
in the heck you go back to your house and you get the Rancor instead of your ship? Does that make any sense?
Mm-mm.
No.
And then you set it free to destroy the city you got to protect. It just whatever.
Remember the two women were like, "Let's get to the roof on the other side of that droid. We'll get up on the roof." And then like one handed him like a sniper rifle. Here you go. And then they're like, "Yeah, let's go." And then they got around on the other side, and then they were up there, and they're like, "Oh shoot, it still has an impenetrable shield, and we do nothing here." And that was the end of that little arc. It's a mess.
Yeah, but they could have stopped at the Tusken Raider story, and it would have upped this.
A lot of comments.
Yeah,
a lot of comments. I wish I could read them all, but I imagine people.
He's just as Boba Fett flies into the Sarlacc film.
I'll be honest and transparent. I've seen the Star Wars movies, but I'm not a Star Wars guy, so I've been out of this conversation for the past 10 minutes.
Yeah. Way to bring us back to our roots.
How much are you paying him?
Do you not collect Star Wars comics?
I know what they are. I know the keys, but
he's pressed them.
If we sent you some, are you going to just kind of not give them the extra special love?
No, they get extra special love because I need your comic books to come back the highest grade they can.
I'm looking at 398s back there, including one that's only 300 print that he pressed and graded.
And really, and you're in Louisiana, huh?
He's right here with me in West Monroe.
I'm gonna have to send you some books.
If anyone's got an X-Men 4 laying around, feel free to slide into my DMs.
I do, but it's what is it? 9.
I'll beat Steve to the punch on it because I know he wants one too.
You mean volume 2, right?
I have one signed by Stan.
You mean volume 2, not 1964?
I want for Scarlet Witch, not on my road.
Okay, I got you.
Comics are comics. eBay shopping for comics is just
doesn't Dustin
even more depressing than our Marvel cards. It's just
my brother has one.
There used to be so many raw comics, and there's no more. Like literally, we're getting to the end of raw comics.
Yeah,
for sure. I know in the podcast they just recently talked about that. We're just talking about the importance of comic clippings and comic cuts because you're going to have the key moments in comic books, and you're not going to have the ability to open a comic because so many are going to be graded. It's going to take away.
And boy, there are some good comic cups coming in the upcoming Upper Deck products. If we want to talk about Marvel cards, oh my goodness!
Oh man,
that's an interesting take.
AF-15 cuts, all kinds of stuff coming.
That's an interesting take, Daniel. I hadn't thought about that.
Hold on. On the topic of comic cuts, can we talk about beginnings real quick? Because it's got pushed aside with all the news on Spider-Man Metal that it didn't get to. So Spider-Man Metal, you're going to have the achievement of the 16 comic cut of Amazing Fantasy 15 and all these major key issues. Great. I'm excited and I am here for it. I will go hard for those achievements. But with beginnings, you're going to have the 6-page booklet, all consisting of comic clippings, that's going to pinpoint and focus on a character's history. So you'll have a comic, exactly. So say with Spider-Man 300, the first appearance of Venom, you'll have a comic cut of 298, the first appearance of Eddie Brock, 300, the first appearance of Venom, then his first run of Venom Lethal Protector run, and just the whole history of that character. I am more excited for that than the achievement of the comic cut.
Wow.
Yes.
Here's a question for you. Is it possible that in the year 3000, people buy badly covered books and open them and get pages graded and just show page by page slabbed pages?
I'm already in 2022 doing that.
You are, huh?
So
I would rather, because what I'm starting to do, and it's kind of modeled from the concept of comic cuts, I want to get low grade. Hang on.
And if you do that, do you do that as a whole pan? Do you do that as a whole panel, or do you do that as a single?
Yeah, but you got an echo, bud.
I don't know. My phone's acting up.
Yeah, I know people already graded page, Victor, but it's more about like whether it's like really actively done. Where like I'm talking about the quantity of it, more about the.
Yeah. Well, people will grade pages, but it's more for like the issues of Batman #1 or these super expensive comic books. They're not taking a 300 and just tearing a page out and getting it graded so you could have the key moment in that book encapsulated. Right. And when you do that, you can create a piece of art out of it. Because there's a lot of comic books that it'll be the first appearance of a character, but their cover is trash. Like you would never even know it's the first appearance of that character unless someone told you about it.
First appearance of Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue is a great example.
Right. So then you could just take the page and get it graded and squash all of that. So now you have a graded book essentially or whatever, and it will say first appearance of Rogue, and then you could have the panel that features her first appearance.
That page, right.
So in the video that I intend to drop tomorrow, it's gonna showcase the covers of AF-15 Spider-Man, and they sell just cover grade. They're just covers. They're just encapsulated. There's no grade. It just CVR on it. They're selling for $7,000, $8,500, just the graded cover, and that's just to put some perspective on the 16 panel comic cut, which is a licensed product from Marvel and Upper Deck. It's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Like in some of my conversations with Justin, I've already said that I'm prepared to liquidate $30,000 to $40,000 in comics just to go for Spider-Man Metal ePack achievements.
You're preaching to the choir over here, buddy. You're preaching to the choir.
So when you say comic cuts, is that a certain type of card?
Yeah. So the comic cut is an insert.
Yeah, I'll share some on ComC here. 1 second.
I've seen some that just have a little teeny snippet of like a. Is that what we're talking about? They have like a little sneak.
Yeah. Typically, they take very famous panels, or at least like really nicely drawn panels. You know, sometimes they're kind of like not that great, but other times they're quite good.
If you're a comic fan and you know what you're looking for, you can find some hidden treasure in comic cuts.
Like here's some.
Yeah. Oh shit. Here, Steve. Oh, we got it, man.
Yeah, like a comic, Marvel,
like a sports jersey patch card where they cut up a jersey and stick a piece of it on a card. They cut up a comic book page and stick a piece of it on a card.
Yes, yeah. But to the point,
Can you let me show this to Steve?
You got it.
Yeah, those are the ones I've seen before, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
But to Daniel's point, that if you know what you're doing and you know which panels are banger panels, then you can do pretty well by getting the right one.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
Not every panel is equal.
Yeah, just like every patch isn't equal either.
And you don't have any
Yeah.
context on whether it's a huge story beat. Most people that open that card won't know that that's the most, like, that was the biggest turn page moment in the book. You know?
Yeah.
I just think of it though, like when you collect books in general, I'm not just talking about comic books, but you know, people collect books, whether they just collect novels or they collect historical books, whether they're old, you know, old historical books. I do know that a complete book is always more valuable than
There you go.
an incomplete book.
Go buy this one.
Is that X-Men 4?
Yeah.
It is.
But see, I like that card,
It's
but
actually a really cool card.
I know. I'm not joking. I'm kind of like my finger's twitching right now. I'm like,
I mean, that's the
yeah,
first
what are we
person
talking about? I gotta go.
That is a sick card.
Hey, but hold on. Look at the price of that. How much is that card?
$334.
Well, that's what they're asking.
Compare that to a PMG of anything.
Man.
It's true.
And with
if
that,
you think about rarity,
so say
if you
that
think about
card,
rarity,
it would
yeah,
be an
100%. Right. Right.
Well,
So say with those,
It's a numbered
like
card
in that
serial.
set, yeah, like in a comic cut, like say that one, it would be X-Men 4, 1 out of 50. But each serial number represents a different cut.
yeah, that's
So
the point.
each one is really a 1 of 1.
Yeah, each one's a
True.
1-of-1. It's but it's still numbered. So it has what people want in cards.
Right.
And there's 50 of them from this book.
Mm-hmm. But there's only that panel, and that is a choice panel right there. Goodness gracious.
yeah, but I feel like unless you're into cards and comics, because some people aren't into both. Like I think that appeals to both, to the people who like. Yeah, there's some people that I know that love comic books but hate Marvel cards.
Mm.
And then I know some people who love Marvel cards and they're not into comic books at all. So I think that this has to be a card that would appeal to the people who enjoy both.
It's a happy medium.
And
well, I think part of the point is as cards continue to get printed year after year after year after year, there just won't be as many of these comic book panels and comic cuts. And so it actually creates a bit of rarity that's unique.
Yeah. Depends on the book, but yeah, like I mean, as you were saying that, I'm looking at New Mutants 98, and I'm like, oh, this book was printed to hell, so they'll have enough to make cards of this for the next 100,000 years. So
yeah, but
Spider-Man how satisfying would it be to have the serial number New Mutants 98?
That is serial number, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not. Now we're just gonna watch me all shop.
Yeah. All I know is they cut up a AMS 300 and an AMS 299, and I don't know if you've looked at those interior panels lately, but they're straight fire. They're time and falling art.
They're straight
they're
fire.
They're gonna be a lot of fun.
I have a hard time with those. I'm glad those are out there for people to have fun with. Let's just say that.
Comic cuts or the
if you have the book, and the book is, if you have like a 9.8 book of that newsstand, it's not my, I'm done. I have it. I'm done. I have all those things. All those pictures are mine in that slab.
Are you gonna crack it and look at them?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you're right. You're right.
Just look at it on Marvel Unlimited.
Right. Yeah.
You're right. That's what I'm thinking. That's my big takeaway tonight is Daniel's point there, which is,
yeah, I think those cards are neat and it's a neat concept. But for me personally, if I want the first appearance of Scarlet Witch, I'm going to go buy the X-Men 4 in a 4.5 or 4 or something. Just it doesn't have to be high grade, but
you can get your comic panel graded at EGC soon, right beside it.
Well, Steve, let me ask you. So, if you're not a comic book person,
but
you're into Scarlet Witch, then where are you going?
If I'm not a comic book person,
If you're not a comic book person, you're just into Marvel cards, but you really like Scarlet Witch and want to start character collecting. Where are you going there?
Depends on my budget.
Marvel Annual just came out.
Depends on my budget, right? If I have a high budget after a PMG, right? I'm going after something with. If I just want something that looks amazing, I'm going for the 2013 red PMG because that's the best looking card out there with the color match. You know, the blue is more rare, technically worth more, but the best looking one is easily that. The 2015 looks horrendous. I don't like the artwork on that one.
She's too thick.
I like her 2020 out of X-Men. That might be the high series where it shows her hair down and all that. I had the other one that was the old school art, but the new school art on that one actually looks really good.
You go after this one.
Oh wow!
Her jambalaya is pretty
I just
dope.
picked that up. It finally popped on Comfy, and I picked it up.
In a PSA 10 or?
No. I want yours still. In fact, let's talk. But
I want yours still.
I did finally get the card.
I got this off ComC.
Exactly.
This was a raw purchase off ComC.
Nice.
Wow, that's incredible, Neo.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I just like it. That art's awesome.
I have left.
It looks so good. It looks so great in person.
No, I know. I was one of your close-up cameras. You had the light flickering on it. I was like, "Yep, that one's mine."
Yeah, the IG photo I have of this came out really nice.
Yes, I know. I still think
which I have left is I have her buyback from Metal.
I'm
going, guys. Justin.
Now this is like a game now.
We're just
who has the most resilience to stick around. It's like there's a prize to whoever stays.
I actually want to stay around. I just am like, man, every hour that goes by gets closer and closer, and we have to be in work in the morning.
Oh, do you work tomorrow?
Yeah.
We've been talking about this one lately. This is the best looking Gwen card in existence.
Dude, I hit Neo up. That card sold raw recently for like $150 or something.
Yeah.
And
is that custom art or is that from a book?
Custom peach.
That's the flare. Yeah.
Yeah, that's special.
Flare Peach Momoka. Yeah. That's just a dope card.
By far and away Gwen's best looking card.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gives the youth. She looks youthful. That's awesome. I love it.
And I like the PMG artwork, but that crushes it.
Yeah, that card's sick, Neo. That's
And I have the matching.
I saw that card. I saw that card raw, and I was like, "Man, I gotta watch this." And then I was doing something and didn't get the bid at the end. I would have probably hit that.
I think I bought mine raw for like $30.
If you hold the 2013 Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch PMGs together, they look amazing. The cards look like they kind of go together because he's standing there like with the magic going over his head, and she's like flying in with her hands out, and the color match. I used to have both cards. I had them side by side.
Is that a comic that you just have pulled?
Yes, it's a variant comic. Yes, from 2022.
I didn't realize that was from a variant cover.
But the comics, it's a 2022 variant cover. So
that must be new. What is that? I'm actually going to look for that right now. 2022.
Is that a Fast Mill variant cover?
Here we go. We've officially
we got a CGC 98.
This is what I had found.
Is that like a reprint of Edge of the Spider-Verse 2? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it is. So that's a fast mill of it that's just got a variant cover to it.
It's for Peach Momoka fans. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. I don't know. In comic books, I only really mess with like Silver Age. I don't do a lot of the modern new stuff with all the variants and things. Mainly Doctor.
I definitely need that cover in a CGC 98. Bring that into my life. Is that a pre-order or something? Is that even up anywhere
yet? You're acting like I stepped into an alternate dimension and found like some.
It's only like 2 months old.
Interesting.
How much does it cost us?
I stepped into the crazy tarot card rabbit hole this weekend of the Marvel. Ended up buying things from Italy.
I've been there. Yeah, I've said it before, but Japanese auctions is the best kept secret for Marvel cards. Yahoo Auctions. I want to know, Neo, if that's custom, because I think it might be custom art for that card that was then converted to a comic cover.
I think it was too, because that was from 2019 Flair.
2019,
So.
exactly. Yes. So I'm intrigued. And I do like that card. So how much did you buy it for?
I bought it raw and graded it.
All right.
What do you grade?
PSA 10.
Was it a big expenditure?
I'm looking right now to see what I bought it for. I don't think I paid very much for it.
I would guess he paid more in grading fees.
$23.
Okay, yeah. There's one on there for there's one on eBay for $160 if anybody.
Yeah, the last auction ended at like what was it? Count like 145 or 155 or something.
Thomas
Hey,
sold the auto. Sorry. Oh, I didn't kick him out.
What
Yeah,
happened?
I bought that January 19th for $23.
Thomas says he thinks there was an autograph version of that Peach Gwen.
There is an autograph version of that Peach. It never comes up.
Wow. Flareum is a rare product, it seems like. I don't see that much of it. Was it one of you guys? Okay, maybe I shouldn't say this here, but you never got back to me, Kent. Was it you that was looking for that Vitruvian Man card? The art card? The Marvel art?
Which one?
The one with Vision, the Leonardo.
No.
Somebody was looking for that card at Atlanta. Somebody talked to me about it extensively, saying they couldn't find it, and that's the last one they needed.
'Twas not me, sir.
Okay. Well.
All right. Well, it is 121 for me. I'm going to rack it.
You don't lose. You don't win the prize then, I guess. All right.
No, it's okay. I don't win the giveaway.
I got to bounce too.
It was a big chunk clear. Yeah, you didn't.
I'm glad. I am really glad you guys hung out, though. I appreciate it, you guys.
This was fun.
So, yeah, awesome. Let's go with that Wolvie. 20,000. 20,000 stacking. We're stacking 20,000 gems.
All right. See you, Kent.
All right, boys. Later.
You don't want to head out.
Okay. See ya. See you, Rob.
See ya.
Steve. I win. And the winner of the person that that stayed in the channel gets this Scarlet Witch Red PMG 2013, and that would be me. So thank you to all those that participated. They should have stuck around to figure out what the prize was. I'm glad you guys stuck around. This is a 3-hour, 36-minute YouTube video. This is intense, and it's nice to always chat about Marvel cards. Sorry if I offended anybody about my opinions on Moon Knight or about the MCU or about Disney and their current takes. And anyway, appreciate you guys. Talk to you later. And remember, be kind and find people to help. See ya. See you soon. I'm still here.